Okay, we are live. Go ahead, Jonathan. Got a spare and.
Okay, welcome to the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Just underway. Jonathan Boudreau, a spare. The Twister, Scott Douglas at 10 to start the first of 3 strings. This is week 2 of 35. All year coverage live on YouTube and or Facebook on Candlepin Bowling Network. Boudreau in the spare, 9, 19 through 1. Scott Douglas with a 4-2 split. Number 1, Exeter 8-0. Number 9, Central 2, 1-7. Boudreau a spare, 29 the ball through 2. Great start by a great bowler. Very focused, very intense lanes. Scott Douglas, nice try for a spare, almost. Greg Gouillart on the sound and technology.
I'm here too, we'll be with you in just a second.
Scott, a pair of 10s, 20 through 2 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Executive producer is Bob Lee. His Eric Pelletier on the second spot with John Alosa.
Good to see John Alosa in the Friday Night Pro League this year, ACST champion.
Class B. Out of Budwell's Bowling Center, Concord, New Hampshire, owned by the Dallas family. Dallas with an E. Pelletier with a 6-pack. Check his ID. Alosa with a half, Worcester left, the 2 and the 8. Great to be with you all again. Comments on the screen, greatly appreciated. Pelletier, left-hander, missed right, 1 on the 9. We're on lanes 19 and 20. That's Central 2's home lanes. The other 2 Central teams on the road tonight. Eric Pelletier, good pinning at 10. They're perfect so far. Alosa, nice out. He takes a 9. They're 1 pin left in the deck so far, combined for the 2 teams.
In this early stage. Stream is not yet completely set up. We'll be right with you as soon as we get a chance.
You get the scores already?
Okay. Just about there.
All right, Pelletier, 1-3, 7-9. John Alosa, beautiful ball, 9. Wiggle on the 4. Pelletier for a spare, missed inside, got the 7 and the 9, has the 1 and 3. Alosa for a spare, he will get it with the wood. 19 of the ball through 2 in the first of 3 strings. Pelletier, another 10. They're pin perfect so far. Jonathan Boudreau, a spare 9, a spare Eric, 2 10s. Perfect game, 10 or better in Candlepin Bowling. And what a year he had last year. Jeff Surette on lane 20, the future Hall of Famer.
For those of you new to Candlepin Bowling, a very special welcome to you. 3 balls per frame and play the wood where it lies.
Shaun MacDonald, M-A-C, capital D-O-N-A-L-D, MacDonald on the left, the Mad Fisherman. Surette, 2-5-7-10. MacDonald on the head pin, he's got the setback lead, 4-7-5 middle. Rich Lamoni, the captain, keeping score for Central 2 teams. Greg.
Good to see you, Barry. Good to see you, Claudette. And good to see you, Nico Puhar. I don't need your sass, but it's great to have you along, our social media manager. And making sure the chat room behaves as if that's actually going to happen. That's a foul, I think.
Yeah, they've won the channel, so no good. -1 from MacDonald. Surette, good bid. That's in the channel for an 8. Gets a giggle out of that one. MacDonald, they'll be at an 8 box officially. Each losing a pin.
Quite simply, any pins knocked down by foul shots don't count, and if they happen on the first ball or the second ball on a fresh rack, you can re-rack. Sorry, Paul.
That's okay, my fault.
Yeah.
Surette takes down 8, the 5 and the 7, no wood, no luck. MacDonald trying to bounce back. 2 wiggling 4, 6-10 right. Underway here at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. Surette, good bid. MacDonald trying to kick it over somehow. Great effort in the object pin, won't carry. Surette, solid pinning as usual at 10. Two blocks at a time. MacDonald an 8. Always great to work with you, Greg Gouillart.
Thank you very much. A pleasure to work with you as well, Paul. And your 3rd match broadcast today between the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour and Candlepin Bowling Network.
Class F, Class B, now Class A. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe, never a charge. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Follow us and like us on Facebook as well.
Yeah, Nico, I'm all over that sarcasm. Don't worry about it. Good to see you, F. Little, and good to see you again, Barry. Sorry, I didn't mean to double introduce you, but it's great to have you all the same.
Dave Barber, red hot Sunday, the Exeter team event. He had a 141 average with the 9 strings, ended with a 136 tournament high, a 136 average for 11 strings.
And international team champion. What can't he do? Gets a lot of these splits and yet still overcomes the adversity anyway.
Still one of the extremely high level. Future Hall of Famer for him also. His father, Jim Barber, in the Hall of Fame as well. He gets a 10. Kris Winiarz, the Wizard, all world. Mike Morgan used to call him when he was 19 years young. Who is this guy? He's all world. The nickname kind of stuck. Brought to life the last couple of years. He had a tough year last year. He doinks it for a 7 to start his first of 3. Early lead for Exeter. Highlighted by Jonathan Boudreau, spare 9, spare, leading off.
Yep, lead is 15 right now. We'll have more frequent updates as soon as possible. Getting there.
Barber for strike, bombs away, baby! Take him down.
He just did.
One of your 6-9-10. Tough matchup for Central 2. Captain Richland had a lot of injuries last couple of years. Not bowling tonight. A couple of substitutions. We have Mark Hollywood-Smith here tonight. John Alosa as well. Scott Douglas Twister here. Kris 1-3-4-7. Nice out. 9. 16 through 2. Anchor ball is coming up. Kris Boisvert. Mark Hollywood-Smith from Norway, Maine. Wonder where he got the nickname Hollywood, Greg.
Well, I think some guy, Paul Grant, gave it to him.
A lot of Paul Grants. Which one are you referring to?
Yeah, that's true. Nobody's cloning you on Facebook, are they?
They try.
Facebook, obvious fake profiles, cope. We are streaming on YouTube only, although we greatly appreciate Facebook's opportunity to grow our reach on Candlepin Bowling Network. So please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that people can find us in either place.
Boisvert 5 and a 10, 2 pieces of wood on the deck. Smith 6 right, 2-4-7 left. His daughter Kaya, very good athlete. So Kim Kanga-Smith, a very good bowler, battling with injuries the last couple of years. Boisvert. Oh. Hollywood for a spare. He got it. How about that one? 2-4-7, 6 right, no problem. 10 on the ball to start his match. Kris Boisvert hooks it for a 9. Once you complete every 5 boxes, we'll have updates from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
That's me. I'm Greg Gouillart.
Gouillart. Took me a couple of years to get it right, believe it or not.
It's French.
When you get him like Paul Grant, you're spoiled.
Greg G if you want. I'm not mad. As long as you know the bowlers' names, I'm good.
Boisvert on the crossover, great chance. 3-6-10, a plank to help.
Spare Phil?
17 through 1.
Oh, sorry for Smith.
Smith's on the field. No, he's not in the spare, so that's regular ball from Boisvert. Hollywood 3, 13 through 1 make it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Boisvert trying to get a mark. Greg's predicting the future, I think, here.
Blank's not right in front of the 3, but it's right about there.
Like you said, he's on a spare, but next time instead. Smith, good second ball. Will it go? Yes! How about that shot? Back to back.
That's a wrong way spare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Give him a citation. 23 to ball through 2. Update from Greg Gouillart.
All right, so 106-94 currently for Exeter going into after 2 boxes. Jonathan Boudreau leading the way with 29. That's a 19 and another spare. He's got the advantage right now, so that's a 12-pin advantage for Exeter. Remember, we are doing 3 strings and 2 points to the winner of each string, 2 points for the winner of total. That's a total of 8 points, and it's those match points that determine the standings. 8 in all if everything goes well.
Hey, I want to talk to house bowler Bob Bryan, not the sports reporter Bob Bryan. Bob Bryan, the King of the Hill. Bob, when are you going to win King of the Hill again?
I'm going to be back Sunday. I'm going to bowl.
All right. Is the Vegas lines in your Vegas line in your favor?
I would hope so.
Does Chuck Vazella have you in your favor?
Well, no, he never does. But don't forget, I was a 5-time defending champion. I will be back.
Tell the viewers don't know your highest average for a year ever for a career.
Wait, I didn't hear what you said.
What was your highest average ever as a bowler?
122 out in Weymouth at Colonial Bowl.
Very good. Bob Bryan, thank you.
Now I'm old.
Stand in line. Thank you. Boudreau, spare 9, spare 8, 37 through 2. 3 in a row.
Boudreau's cooking early.
Scott Douglas, 7-pin for a 10. And he gets 9, 29 through 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Hoping next Friday night to cover Hingham at Academy 2. We need a streamer to do that. Bob Lee out in Western Mass now. There's a nice ball, 9. 7-pin remains. He's been getting better and better every year. 2 years ago, he's a 106 average. And Jonathan with 9 more. Deadly bowler.
Apologies, I missed Scott Douglas's last box out of all this.
It was 9.
Thank you.
This time a spare.
Multitasking, Paul.
Boudreau, another one, 4 in a row. Who is this guy? Undefeated, coming in 8-0. Off to a good start here tonight.
Good conversion of both 9 drops, but still, Jonathan Boudreau, 66 plus through 4.
He never shows any emotion on the lanes, does he?
Never, ever.
John Alosa. In the pocket, he's got the bucket of 5. Eric Pelletier, left-hander, 4 spin to the post.
Be right with you on that.
Alosa, he got it, spare. Very good bowler, very underrated. Right around 110 average. Oh, what a try that was by Pelletier. The son of Norm Pelletier and Kim Pelletier. Now Kim Baker. 10. Exeter has the lead so far.
3 straight 10s for Pelletier.
2 marks to 2. 2-2 in the mark department.
3-2 in the mark department.
3-2 record.
Excuse me.
And John Alosa with a 6-pack on the spare fill is 4. Pelletier sets himself perfectly with a 2-5. Wood in between to help. Alosa can try to pick this one up. 2 full, 2-4, wobbling 7. Pelletier for a spare. Knocks it down. Alosa, nice 10. It's a classy guy on and off the lanes. John Alosa. Where did we get that nickname from? Second bowl is Jeff Surette on the left. Shaun MacDonald on the right. Pocket shot is a check mark for Shaun. S-H-A-U-N. Surette with the setback.
Hate to see a piece of wood that doesn't do anything.
The one to the right could help possibly now.
That's a more useful one.
The broom is out. MacDonald for a spare. Can't uncheck it. Half check mark. Surette. Nice shot. Oh, wow. How'd that not go?
Got one row, but not the other.
Shaun an 8. Surette gains the 10. Exeter in control. All have led all the way so far from the beginning. 2 points for a win, 1 for tie, 2 for total. 8 points each match on the line. Nice ball for MacDonald. Strike! Surette almost. Wobbling 2, holds up.
Surette 4 for 4 on the head pin. That's his best look.
Spare!
And everybody from Exeter is on a mark now.
Quick update from Greg Gouillart on the mark situation.
Now you see it there. All the marks lit up for Exeter. They are 22 pins ahead right now. Jonathan Boudreau, 4 straight spares. A tremendous start in the leadoff spot.
And just a kudos to John Alosa. He leads the league after 1 week only. 128.33. Dave Barber is third. 124.67. Jonathan Boudreau, 124.33 is fourth. Chris Winiarz here is sixth. 122.67. 122.67. Watch out for him this year. Due for a breakout season after a tough year last year. 2-4-7. Dave Barber, 1-3-6-10. Kris threw it away. Eric Pelletier, 8th at 122.33. How about Frank DeLuca, number 7, 122.33. Out of Ryans and Millis.
That's a good count on the strike for Barber. And remember, all averages, as it lists, are road averages. That is, they only count on the road and in select home matches.
9 for Kris, 10 for Dave.
Select home matches being those just before position night, if I recall correctly. Which will happen at about 2/3 and all the way through the season, after the second and third tours, basically.
Winiarz drops 9, leads up the 9. Dave Barber off to the right with a 6-pack.
If you want a great update on what happened in Week 1 action, Kyle Bruce is back in action on Alley Chat. AlleyChat.net, the latest 3-minute podcast update, whatever you want to call it. Kyle Bruce is back, baby.
You can subscribe for free as Winiarz won't go in that one.
That's fair. Good rundown of that cluster, the sleeper and everything. Barber has a second. All the spares. Looks good again.
Kris, the Paul Grand Special, missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that. 10.
Never.
Unless you've already won the match.
We have only just begun, my friend.
Sounds like a song. The Carpenters.
Smith has the 1-2-4 and a 7 count on that last mark.
2 spares to start his second match of the season. 30-2. Boisvert, 6-9-7, right to left. He's on a spare. Add 7 to his score. Mark, the Oreo cookie, got the cream in the middle, left the wafers on the outside. Craig, do you like the cream in the middle first, or do you eat the wafers?
Yeah, but it's a little presumptive to just go for the middle. I remember when Chips Ahoy tried that. Just a 6-pin for Boisvert. That's the correct scoreboard. Smith out for 10. All scores are unofficial. I'll score check after 4. Spin the wood. Yes, that's 10 for Kris Boisvert, 36-3.
Just booked another match for the ACST during the stream here.
A lot of overlap with Worlds teams. Exeter, a lot of overlap with Lucky Strike, alluding to the former legendary Lanes and Lynn, Massachusetts. And Central 2, a lot of overlap with Hatchetmen, which Rich Lamoni also captains. Smith, the 4-7-10. Has a barn door in front of that 10. He wants to take aim at it. Boisvert, well, it's not the worst case scenario for a 1-3-8-10. He's got wood connecting the 3-10. Smith almost got the slice. Instead misses the object. Third ball's coming up for each. Smith will have a 9-box, with the 10-pin.
He won the Maine State Opens 2023 over John Froggy Sayre. He killed the pins, had a ton of strikes. About 14 or so that match.
9 pins.
It's on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. That means it's time for an update at the top of the order with Greg Gouillart.
32 pins I show, but I'm going to do a score update real quick and let you know.
The Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Central Park Lanes 2 against Exeter. Exeter 8-0 last week. Central 2, 1-7. 35-week season. Another full season of coverage on YouTube and or Facebook on Candlepin Bowling Network. Free to subscribe.
Up. Only the first ball. Boudreau's gotten off target, but that's still a 5 count, and that's a 71-4. Scott Douglas loads 7. He's got a chance to go back-to-back. Jonathan Close, 8-pin alone. At a spare, Douglas does run it down. Boudreau 9 for an 80 half. Checking in Mark's situation. looks good. Now we'll confirm the scores here. Paul, if you could help me with the call on this one, I'm going to make sure my math is correct. Never mind, I can take this one. Boudreau's got a setback. I know what that is. Scott Douglas, 2, 4, 5, 10. At least there's wood in between the 5 and 10. Count 6, and I wouldn't rule this one out either. Boudreau really wanted to go left on that wood. He knows how useless the right wood is. Yes, it does connect. And Scott Douglas on 3 straight. Boudreau out for 9. Still only missed that one head pin. Exeter should still have a decided advantage, 22 and an extra mark on their side. Checking in still with Eric Pelletier and John Alosa coming up.
Eric Pelletier, lane 20, 478.
That's a 3 fill on the spare.
43 through 4. John Alosa, 6:10 left up.
Can't really tell Alosa's the newbie the way he's firing already.
Number 1 after 1 week in the average. Not bad. Just missed right. Earn your pins here at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Eric chops out 1 for a 7. Alosa gains the 10. 3 pins out the deficit, but they're still down by 22. Two marks on each side, a strike and a spare for Central 2, 2 spares for Exeter. For a strike, a weeble and a wobble on the 8, but it won't fall down. Alosa bombs away, baby, strike. What a start to the season for Alosa. 69 plus 2 through 6.
I don't get it.
Two strikes, 1 spare for Central 2. 2 marks for spares for Exeter. Number 1 versus number 9 after week 1. That'll change a lot, obviously.
I was 1 pin too high on Alosa, but he is 68 plus 2 through 6.
Okay. Pelletier.
That's a missed single, unfortunately.
Yep.
Hey, that's pin perfect, though.
Missed the second, make the third. I'm not going to say what it is. You know what I'm talking about.
If you know, you know.
60 through 6. Central 2 trying to make a run, down 23 right now. 1 mark in their favor. 2 strikes, a spare versus 2 spares. Just Surette off to the right, 5.
On a spare, 43 through 4.
Shaun MacDonald's on a strike. MacDonald trying to double it up, but too far left, 3.
We've seen him do it on camera before.
Surette just missed inside, 1 of the 7. Just a deadly bowler. MacDonald, second ball on the strike, will take an 8 fill. 42 through 4. Surette a 9, 52 half. Shaun way left for an 8, 50 at the half. He is down to 21. Exeter has the lead, has led ever since the first box in the match. Surette on the crossover takes down 7, 5, 9, 10. Wood to possibly help. MacDonald pushes right, gets 5. Two marks to 1 for Central right now.
Y'all weren't supposed to see that. Haha. That's better.
This team is in the running every year for the championship. Number 2 last year, the year before they were in the finals, lost to Academy 2, and a great come-from-behind victory, almost pulled it off. Just fell short. And the Lucky Strike Worlds team's always up there every year. They won in 2016, knock on the door almost every single year. Surette frustrated with that shot, good bid. Shaun way off the mark there.
4 splits for Surette already. He's having a tough start to his day despite overall good accuracy.
2 over his average, 2 over the minimum, 62 through 6. MacDonald, a tough 6, 56 through 6. We back up to 31 for Exeter, down a mark. Kris Winiarz on the left, Dave Barber on the right.
Barber on a spare.
Dave won $100 for a perfect string in the Sunday team tournament, mixed team tournament. 4 spin in the post. 54 through 4. Kris 35 through 4 coming in not on a mark on lane 19. Another setback leave. Barber, beautiful ball. Can't get to the 7 to will it. Just about.
But not.
Winiarz. Oh, he got it. How about that one? Spare.
Clever. Ball deflection takes it.
Kris on the board, 45 in a ball through 5. Barber 64 at the half.
It's 10 marks to 9 for Central 2. They've got the 3 marks working on the board. Hang on, folks. This 30-pin lead for Exeter might be a little more brittle than it appears.
Barber drills 8, 5 middle, 8 to the left, Wood in front. What a great game of Candlepin bowling. Anybody can do it pretty much any age. Winiarz for a strike. Will it go? The 6-pin will not fall.
Still wilting, goodness, but I'm going to put a 9 on the board.
54 half, down to 21 to down. Barber, spare. 74 on a ball through 6. Kris for 2 in a row. Right on it. 64 on a ball through 6. Anchors away. Mark Hollywood Smith on the left. Kris Boisvert on the right.
Well, suddenly after Boudreau gets those 19 and another's, now Winiarz shows you how as well. We've got a good one going here, folks. Exeter pulled away quickly early, but it's not over yet.
Virtually a single-digit lead for Exeter with the marks.
And promises to keep it close for the next 2 strings.
Kris Boisvert, 45 through 4. Mark Hollywood Smith, 49 through 4.
Ooh.
Look at this one. You don't see this too often. Smith on the pocket. 3, 6, 7 left. I like the wood, though, behind the 3, 6. The wood behind that could get in the way.
5, 6, 8.
Ridiculous lead for Boisvert. This would be amazing. Great try.
Yeah. We'll put it in the textbook anyway. That was a good effort.
Smith spins it to the 7 for a spare.
But yet again, Central 2 marks and 4 hanging now on their side.
3 marks for Smith, 59 at the half, plus the ball. Boisvert 9. 54 half, lead is down to 20. 4 hits to 1 for Central 2.
I'd say it's a virtual tie at this point.
1 strike, 3 spares to 1 spare for Exeter.
They just keep coming. Winiarz 19, Winiarz another. Smith a spare now.
But they are due for a big year. In the playoffs every year, pretty much. Boisvert, beautiful ball, crossing over, left side of the head pin for right-hander. 3, 9, 10, decent wood. Smith on the spare, left side, 5. Cuts to the 15, 64 half.
Exeter may have faded one at this moment. For now.
Plenty of time left. Boisvert for a spare on lane 20. Got it. 64 on a ball through 6. Smith, 1 and the 10 as the 8 falls down. 3 marks to 2 for Central 2. Hollywood, an 8.
I could do a score update now.
72 through 6. Back to Greg for the update.
Here it comes. Please tell me this works. Well, it's a little bit in your face. I didn't mean it to be there, but now that it's there, let's discuss.
What are you trying to say, Greg, in your face? What are you trying to say, Greg?
No, nonsense. We're not in your face, but anyway, 17 pins in favor of Exeter right now with that 1 extra strike. So
the broadcasting school term is superimposed.
Exeter's got a pinning advantage. Also, they've knocked down 11 more pins literally as well. That is a big majority component of their 17-pin lead at the moment, and even with that extra strike, that is giving them the advantage.
Central Park Lane's the home for the ladies' open roll-off at Candlepin for Kansas starting October 15th.
I know Pelletier
November 2nd.
I know Pelletier is wishing he made a few shots and Surette was getting fewer splits, but the pinning matters.
The Twister, Scott Douglas, the #1 seed in the upcoming Candlepin for Kansas top 5 variety style match. September 20th, myself, Greg Gouillart, Mike Morin back to help out also. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, 10 a.m. start.
Yes, the fill is
3.
Okay.
For Scott Douglas, 75 through 6. Jonathan Boudreau, 89 through 6.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's back to earth, 1 on the 6. How dare he not get a mark? He's down to 14. 2 marks apiece now. Douglas at 10. 85 through 7. So no tie after all that. Boudreau at 9. 98 already. 98 through 7 in the first of 3.
Yep.
Bakers doesn't lead.
Douglas Mark fizzles, and suddenly Exeter's back to the lead.
Douglas, red hot of late, goes right, steals 7. 1, 2, 10. Friendly Wood behind the 1, 2. Boudreau, 8 more. 4 in the 7. He's got perfect Wood. Should be a layup or a slam dunk.
I guess he'll rather avoid the front wood. First Douglas.
Just missed number 1.
Still,
Boudreau catches in, spare.
hard to see how that goes wrong, and hard to see how Boudreau goes wrong.
108 the ball through 8. Another fine start.
Boudreau's 5th mark of the string.
Scott Douglas 9, 94 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg, how can they get notified when we go live on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube?
Well, the notifications, the best system in my opinion is on our YouTube channel, Candlepin Bowling Network. That's youtube.com/@Candlepin Bowling Network. And you can subscribe there, make sure you're logged into YouTube, and hit the bell icon after you subscribe so that you're always notified about our future videos rather than at the mercy of the algorithm.
John Alosa is on a strike. He has diamond. Eric Pelletier, spread eagle, throwing the 9 behind the 3. Tough shot. Alosa for a spare, up the wall. Can't reach the 8, but a big 9 fill. 77 through 6. It's down to 5 with the down 2 marks. Pelletier object pins, won't carry. Alosa with the wood, doinks it for a 9. 86 through 7 in the first of 3. Week 2 of 35. Friday Night Pro League game of the week, plus the playoffs after. Pelletier another object hit for a 6. 66 through 7. The lead is down to 2 fingers.
And Alosa is the most over par for Central 2. What an acquisition.
Set him up for the PGA Tour.
Over par is good in Candlepin. That's a term used on some old Canadian bowling shows. Thanks Shaun Benoit on YouTube for teaching us that.
Alosa wobbling 5 to the left. 3-9 half west of Wood in between to help. Pelletier, 4 horsemen in the 8.
I know Shaun Benoit probably has little idea who we are, but he's such a great treasure trove of old maritime Candlepin content.
Look at that one. Slow motion spare.
That was the 9, then the 3, then the 5. Thank you.
Good try by Pelletier. Boisvert thought he had it.
That's probably one of the wackier excuse me spares we've had on Candlepin Bowling Network.
You have the term, Greg. You got the patent on that one. Excuse me, spares. I give you kudos for it every time.
Yeah.
96 in the ball through 8 for Alosa. Pelletier 9, 75 through 8. Things got interesting. It's a 1-pin lead for Exeter. They're up 1 mark, 3 spares to 2 spares. It's the first 2 points.
Baseball derived, but still, yeah, that extra knock is basically the Exeter advantage. It keeps trickling down that little bit, and again, Alosa's got his 4th mark and is a big reason why Central 2's in it.
Shaun MacDonald slips left, 4-7-8.
Whoops, still there for a spare.
Here's Jeff Surette. Buries the pocket, 6-10, great chance.
That's only the 2nd breakup of a split Surette's had, even though he's only missed 1 head pin.
Good match.
Can't get a split without the head pin.
MacDonald flies over the bucket of 5 to hay bale. Surette missed right. Not happy with that shot.
Really only the first thing you can criticize Surette for on the 2nd ball.
MacDonald, nice out, 9. Surette gains the 10. 2-pin lead for Exeter right now.
And the Wood took it backwards. Surette knows he had a wide target to aim at now.
When you think of Easter Classic, you got to think of Jeff Surette first.
His first many, many times more than anyone else. And 2nd at the last one, just passing Aaron Fontaine at the last moment as Austin Barnes soared to victory.
203, 3rd string. That kid's getting better and better. Very humble for Academy 2.
Yeah.
Shaun with 5, Surette with 5.
The Easter Classic is a 20-string annual tournament that takes place at Lido Lanes, Nashua, New Hampshire since 1992.
April 20th, late one next year. April 20th, 2025, the next Easter Classic. 102 teams, 102 bowlers last year. This week after the main states, or 2 weeks after the main states, I believe.
I hope we have a mnemonic so people remember that it's on April 20th. I'll work on the marketing for that.
Surette gains 2 with a 10-8 in that box over MacDonald. Shaun 73. Surette 82 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network in high definition.
Hey, Mark Milliken, you were bowling earlier today, weren't you?
Yeah, last minute match. Thanks, Mark. You actually won a match without me covering it.
That man still rakes in the ACST. He had a good match recently, if I recall
Well, he's a
correctly.
guy that his bowls, he spent $4,000 in bowling last year. He's come back from a 22-year hiatus. He averaged 100 back then. He was 65 when he started the league. As Winiarz power is 8 on the spare, 72 through 6. Dave Barber's on spare more. Mark Milliken in just a moment. Barber off to the right. Takes down 7. You got a good break, good bounce. 1, 2, 4, 7 fill, 81 through 6.
Yeah,
3-pin lead for Exeter.
Yeah, Milliken's making, right now, Portsmouth Bolorama proud. Home house in the ACST, if I recall correctly.
Trying to bounce it over. Oh, the wood spins around, almost. Gave it a ride.
Not sure if that was hit, but it sure came close.
Barber up the wall, spare. The 4 goes last. 91 on the ball through 7.
Barber's got his 4th mark.
Three hits to 1 for Exeter. Winiarz knocks it down for a 10, 82 through 7. Mark Milliken, just getting back in the bowl about 9 months ago, has practiced 3 to 5 times a week. He gets advice from the pros, bowls in different houses from Sanford Bolorama to Portsmouth, Millis, all over the globe. Boutwells and Concord, all Riverwalk lanes. He won King of the River, got confidence from that. He came 8th in the Brian Fournier fundraiser Danny Finn put together. Out of 108 bowlers, he came in 7th. Got a lot of confidence, worked really hard in his game. Got up to 96 during the summer, 88 in the Winter League, which the ACST average is based on.
And he's in chat right now as Barber picks up a 6 fill. Goodness.
97 through 7.
He is now 64 and 6 in ACST match points. So out of 64 out of 70 points, he's hasn't had a defeat yet. He's raking. Winiarz off target. Barber.
Oh, how about that one?
That was nice the way that 9-pin just got smashed into the sidewall for his 3rd straight. Barber.
5 in the string. 107 the ball through 8. Winiarz a 9. 91 through 8.
The thing is, Winiarz engines have started as well, but the problem is Barber is as well to match, and how with all those extra marks, and Exeter again advantaged.
So Mark Milliken had 96 average during the summer, but it's based on 88 average, which is F division. He went to E, and you know now he's averaging over 100 because he's worked really hard in this game, and good for him. And he's had health challenges also.
Good for him. ACST is triaged into several classes. Class A, the pro tier, all the way down to Class F, but I'd probably get an F trying to bowl against those bowlers, I tell you what.
Boisvert on the spare, takes down 8. 72 through 6. Smith spare. Hollywood time, 82 in the ball through 7. 4-4-4 for Exeter, 436 for Central 2.
His 4th.
Boisvert missed the mark there. I like the number 4-4-4 and 7-7-7. The 2 favorite clusters of 3 together.
Sadly, he's not going to get a 5-box. Context needed in case anyone overhears that.
Boisvert 10, 82 through 7, the first of 3. Second match of 35 during the Friday Night Pro League season. We'll try to get you on live next Friday night.
Mark Milliken just hit the head pin. Blind squirrel finds a nut. I love it.
First interview with Tom Ulster I had at the Frank Lucas team, Faye Sawyer's team, Chris Winiarz's team, the Worlds, 22 Mixed Worlds. I mentioned that when he was a young guy, he didn't qualify for the TV World, and he came in first place at the age of 13. He said that same phrase. Yeah. He made his first TV appearance on Channel 5 at age 16.
Smith's spare fizzled. It's only 4, so Exeter now up by 14 and another hit.
Boisvert, good bid. Can't reach the 8.
I usually explain this by now, but those yellow smudges between total and game tell you the hanging marks. 4 bowlers 1 through 5, left to right for each team.
Hollywood at 10, 96 through 8.
I'll score check after this.
Boisvert a 9, 91 through 8. Back to the top of the order. Quick update from Greg Gouillart.
Once I score check, if I may.
Okay. Scores are unofficial on our stream. We have 463 to 430. Good match so far. Exeter undefeated so far, trying to stay that way. Up a baker's dozen. Jonathan Boudreau leading the charge, 108. Dave Barber right behind, 107, both on spares. John Alosa, 96, leads his team with a spare. Mark Hollywood-Smith, 96, without a mark. Top of the order, final 2 boxes of the string.
Sorry, usually I mute my headset. I don't think I've done a good job of that so far.
That's okay. We like sound effects. Jonathan on the spare, 7, 8, 1 on the wiggling 2. 116 through 8. The twister, Scott Douglas, powers 8. He has the 6 right, 9 left.
Boudreau's bowled out of Ryan Family Amusements during the summer. He knows how to get the Millis 8.
For another mark. He's got it. 126 in the ball in the 9th. Who is this guy? Scott Douglas robbed. Those pesky 2 pinners, Greg used to say. That's tough on those ankle ones, especially, Greg.
Boudreau,
6'9" to the 4'8".
Boudreau, one of the highest averages in the Friday Night Pro League, and was labeled young as surely a prodigy of Candlepin.
Scott Douglas 10, 104 through 9. Boudreau spare is 7, 133 through 9.
And again, just the power of Boudreau's ball and knocking everything down.
Just stay away from him. Douglas, beautiful ball. 9, tap of the 7, holds up.
Boudreau's a gentleman. He just gets intense on the lanes. I think that's the right way around.
Great teacher of the game, too.
You see him mumbling to himself. He missed that 1-2-4.
Scott could use this for his team. Got it.
It's good that Douglas got it on the broadside for that mark, not the cap.
Jonathan, same spot for a 7. Nothing wrong with the 140 first string. And I'm sure he's not happy with that still. High standards.
Yeah, 6 marks, 140.
Scott going for a strike on spare, trying to get to 124. The upcoming #1 seed in the Candlepin for Cancer Top 5 Variety format, September 28th. In Abington, Massachusetts, Webster Timber Lanes, home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza at Lucy's Pizza Bar.
6 fill, 120.
Very good string. Averaging 118 last year. A couple of years ago, he's 106. 2 or 3 years ago. 8 blocks to go. 19 pin lead for Exeter. 1 spare for each side. And 1 right here from the #2 bowler, John Alosa on the left. Pelletier with the spread eagle.
Scores are confirmed.
Alosa on the bonus. Thin hit, just 3. The fills are hurting him. 99 through 8. Down 16, minus a mark. Plus a mark, they're down. Eric chops out the 4. Alosa, tough shot here. Right in the same spot. Needs a big out. Pelletier, big out. Bounces a bunch for a 7. Alosa for a 6, so Eric gains the 7.
Alosa's string has had 3 spares and a strike. Fills a 9 on the strike, 5, 4, and 3 on the respective spares in chronological order. And had boxes of 9 or better up until that 6.
Their final box in the first. Pelletier rifles the pocket, 2 full. 2, 4, 7 right side, 6, 9, 10. Alosa.
Same lead.
Wow,
No.
almost. He heard you. Didn't want to be a copycat.
Of course the pins would intentionally antagonize us. That's just what they do, Paul.
Eric, same spot. I like the wood, though, behind the 2, 4, 7 on the left for Alosa.
It probably takes the 9. You think it takes the 10?
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You may call, Greg, you may call your next witness to defense rest.
115 and a ball for Alosa. Heck of an out by Pelletier. Note that one. He'll be disappointed with 91, but that's a big third ball that might matter.
1 spare for each side. 16 pin lead for Exeter. #1 seed coming in, undefeated, 8-0. Lost another thin hit, 5, 120. How you had, what, 4 marks, 5 marks?
That is a 5 mark 120.
You're not happy with that. Average 128 the first week. Still a good score, but he knows left a lot of pins in the deck. It's an 11-pin lead, plus a ball for Exeter when Dave Barber comes up in the 4th spot.
What a story John Alosa already is. Where will it go tonight? Jeff Surette's story right now is getting hosed by the head pin overall. Last 2 he's had his opportunities.
Splits 4 and 2. Here's Shaun MacDonald. Decent wood in front of that bucket of 5. Surette trying to work out of it. Great bid. The banana split. Where's Casey McCool?
Strange way for MacDonald to leave that cluster of 5. Brawley blows through the diamond. How about the 7?
MacDonald spare.
Last one went tentatively.
Can cut it to single digits. Surette, an 8. 90 through 9. Casey McCool loves banana splits out of Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. He's always hungry. Always says he's growling. Justin Coach, that one's for you and Charlie Collins.
Okay.
Okay. Charlie's favorite two-letter word. Surette, another split. Give him a break. 6 right, 2, 4, 7 left. What do I got to do, he says.
5 splits.
MacDonald, the bonus, steals 7. 1, 2, 4. It's a 9-pin lead for Exeter. They get a mark on the board. 2-pin lead now with a mark on the board. Shaun also at 90 through 9. Surette made the shot many times in his great career. Just missed by a smidge. 2 in the 6. Nail biter finish. Here at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. MacDonald missed number 1. Jeff, great pinning as always. 9.99 opening string.
It's a close one. Exeter has a decided advantage because Barber's on a spare.
MacDonald 10, 100 first string. 4 boxes to go in the first of 3. It's a 1-pin lead for Exeter. They're up early in the match by in the early 30s.
Interesting. MacDonald shaved a pin off against Surette at the last possible moment, and it could be that tight a margin.
Dave Barber on a tear of late. 107 the ball. Kris Winiarz 91 through 8. The only mark on the board right now for Barber. Either side.
Shaun just noticed, yeah, beat him by a 10 box.
3, it's a break for Central. 2, it's a 4-pin lead for Exeter. No marks either side. 110 through 8. Great string.
Fill is 3 for Barber. Exeter leads, but not by a lot.
And Winiarz has the same shot. Which one do you like better, Greg? Dave gets 5 of the 7, 1 of the 10.
Winiarz has a pinning reputation. Lamoni praises him for that all the time. That would be a great time.
Absolutely. Great guy, very well respected, funny guy too. And all but number 1. Barber trying to pin out. Of course he does with a 10. 120 through 9. When he has to keep pace, of course he gets the 10. Gets the 10 box on the head pin. 101 through 9, 4-pin lead for Exeter. 3 boxes to go. 2 strings after this to wrap it up.
One thing's for sure, we're virtually guaranteed a tight match for the remaining strings. Certainly the next one.
Barber off to the right, 6, not a bad lead. The Wood's coming back for the 1, none enough on it. 1, 2, 4, 7, 4 horsemen left.
Oh, not sure if it's turned.
Right down the middle, spread eagle, not a good time for that.
Sorry to step on your call, Paul. I was just wondering if that would turn to the back of the 4 horsemen.
Barber for a spare, can he get it? No, or maybe. Yes, he calls, how about that? Delayed spare.
I wasn't convinced about that piece of wood. 130 and a ball for Dave Barber in the 10th.
6 marks?
Yes.
Winiarz, this would be something. What a try. Now they're down. Our mark, 2 marks now pretty much.
Not often you see someone pause before shooting the eagle, but Winiarz knows he's got to get all these pins. 1 ball in the void and it would lessen his score.
It was a strange pickup for Barber. It didn't look like it was going to go at first. Oh, nice 10 for Winiarz. 4-7-10. A 4-pin lead, but Dave Barber's a mark to go to double digits potentially. Kris 111 string.
Double digits would force Hollywood to double mark.
Very capable of doing that. Start with 2 marks. To start the match at 2, Phil. That's good news for Central 2. It's a 6-pin lead. Dave Barber, great string. 132.
Well,
6-pin lead for Exeter. No marks. Final 2 boxes. Here we go again. We always seem to pick the good ones, Greg.
It's only the first string tonight, Paul. What do you mean again?
We always seem to have the nail bite matches, it seems like a lot of times.
Hey, we're down for it.
I'm all for it. Makes it more fun.
The bowlers may have a different opinion, but I'm down.
It's good for the viewers. Great for the sport.
Got to get the engagement.
That's right.
Good to see you all out there.
No rings required, though. Well, they're trying to ring one up here. He has the opposite side. Dave had the 1-3-6-10. 96 for Smith, 91 for Boisvert coming in. Hollywood with a crossover, not going to be easy shot, a tough lead, 5-1 split.
Yeah, skinny slice of the head pin to be fair. It's tough to get a split like that though.
Boisvert for a spare. No, too full. Smith needs a mark one way or the other. Next box, if not here. Good bid, 6 and a 7 will come down to the final box.
Bit of a tough outcome considering how important these pins are, but Smith should be able to escape for 9. Minimum.
Boisvert, Oreo cookie for an 8. Middle stuff. 99 through 9, 9's a wild, an 8 to match. Kris, Rock Hollywood Smith, 104 through 9, 1 box to go. It says touchdown lead for Exeter, 6 pins, final box. No marks for either bowler.
Even if Smith had picked a few pins, Exeter should have been advantaged and needed Smith should have needed a mark there. Still, though, those 2 pins could be the difference.
Jonathan Boudreau's 140 definitely helped their team. Force from the post. Dave Barber at 132 string. And that's not a good time for the spread eagle. Ouch. Bad timing.
Well, or it's a fairy tale ending, one or the other.
1% chance to convert. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network for Class A bowlers, not wood. Boisvert trying to put it away here. Missed everything. Smith has to get this for the string somehow. Great bid, and Exeter hangs on. They stay undefeated, 10-0 right now with the first string win. It means Central 2 can get some confidence hanging with the best team right now. Tie with Central 1 coming in with the new revamped lineup. Boisvert in 8, 107 first string. Hollywood Smith, Mark a 9. Excuse me, 113 opening string. Scores in the update from Greg Gouillart.
5-pin victory for Exeter in string number 1. That makes it a tight match going into the next 2. Remember, Exeter has won 2 match points for winning that first string. 2 match points to the winner of each of the remaining strings and 2 points for the winner of pinfall. Any ties split those points at 1 apiece. Hang on. I'm not sure why OBS is disconnected. We'll get that reconnected as soon as we can. Hold on a second. 1 second, we're off the air at the moment, waiting for this to click back in. Go ahead.
All right, back to live action. Second string underway. 5-pin win for X. They survive 569 to 564. Scott Douglas, 5 in the 10, starting the second of 3. 3 drop for Boudreau, who helped win that string with a 140. Right down the middle, 2 in the 4. Scott, was that good? Let's see. I think he said no. We'll confirm that in at 10 for Boudreau. It was good, $10. Just making sure.
All right, good.
Can't see the angle from here sometimes. Scott steals a bunch. Decent wood. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. Boudreau, 9. 6-pin left up. Wood rolling away. The twister trying to work it out for a spare. Just missed right.
Phew. Good to see you all back. Excuse me.
Jonathan picks it up. Spare. 20 the ball through 2. Perfect start.
We just reconnected. A couple of 10 boxes started off, and you just saw that mark from Boudreau.
Scott at 10. 20 through 2 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's pause. 13.1 seconds for an update from Greg Gouillart.
Hello, this is Candlepin Bowling Network. I'm Greg Gouillart, that's Paul Grant, and we are pleased to bring you bowling action wherever we can find it across New England and Eastern Canada. Please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know about our latest broadcasts.
Alosa with the 5-10 split. Eric Pelletier trying to rally from that first string after a tough start. 3-6 opportunity. Alosa for spare, nothing doing. Hit a 120 first. Eric, a 99 first, was it?
Yeah. 99 versus 1.
Spare for Pelletier to start the second. Alosa field goal for an 8. And Exeter has the lead in the string already.
Spare versus 8, that was?
Yep. Exeter have 2 in the string, 7 in the match. Alosa half whistle left, 2 in the 8. Pelletier in the bonus, 9. 6-pin falls flat in his face. 19 through 1, 7-pin for back-to-back. Shot. Nightmares about that shot, Greg. Pelletier, spare, back-to-back. So Jonathan Boudreau did the first 2 boxes of the first. 29 the ball through 2. Alosa ends up with a 7 box. 15 through 2 in the second of 3. Eric.
All right.
Great ball by Eric there. All right. Shaun MacDonald trying to get his team back to make it 2 points apiece. Headpin falls down. Not a headpin hit officially. So it fell from behind. Jeff Surette, 4 horsemen and 9. 2 spares to none for Exeter already. Up 14 the string, 19 the match. Shaun somehow leaves up a diamond.
Strange wood for MacDonald. That was a minefield to get through.
Surette, it goes, spare, nice shot. 1 in 5 shot for that one. 8 for MacDonald. The hits keep coming. Exeter's all 3 bowlers. The first 3 are on marks.
Ten that was, sorry? I'm sorry.
I'll check that in a second here for you. MacDonald 4.
Okay.
No score, but here at Central Park Lanes, all manual scoring. Shaun leads with the 1 and the 8.
Noticing my internet still going in and out. If it keeps going, then we'll figure out something else. Working on a backup, folks.
Surette, what a bid. Wow. Will you take a look? Would you take a look at that? Shaun an 8. Tough start for him. 16 through 2. Surette a 9. Spare 5, 9. 24 through 2. Was it spare 6 or spare 5? Spare 5, 9. 24 through 2. All of a sudden, 22 pin lead out of the gate for Exeter. 27 the match.
I'll have to check that. I'm getting overloaded trying to get this fixed. Now over to Dave Barber and Kris Winiarz.
Second string of 3. Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network. 4-1 split for Winiarz. Dave Barber. Check mark. 5 middle, 3, 6, 10 right. Winiarz for a spare. Oh, it wants to go. Will not fall down. Dave just missed by a whisker or less. Kris, deadly pinner, 10. A nice 10 to match for Kris Boisvert. After this box, next box, we'll have an update from Greg Gouillart. Every 2 completed boxes.
Well, 4 marks to none is going to be a huge advantage for Exeter in the early going. Second string, they're off to a great start.
Kris Winiarz, KRIS, 710 goal pulse, helicopter in flight. 4 left, 3 right for Boisvert. Like the wood behind the 3. Potentially can turn it around. Winiarz trying to bounce it over. Great try. Right down the middle goes Dave Barber, not Boisvert. Beauvert's up next. Dave Barber, I meant to say. I know who they are. Kris a 9, 19 through 2. Dave Barber, a nice wall kick. He got it. How about that? That's a wild 10. 20 through 2 for Dave Barber. Now Kris Boisvert. I really know who they are. I just sometimes just say the wrong name. Jesus called Simon Peter and Saul Paul. So I'm in good company.
This is Kris Boisvert now up.
And Mark Hollywood Smith.
That's right.
Not Dave Barber. I hate when that happens. Want to get away? Mark subbing in tonight. Free bowling for him. 1-3-6, left side, 4-7. Here's the real Kris Boisvert. Will the real Kris Boisvert please show up on lane 19? Half Worcester. Smith just missed number 1. Half Worcester's converted about 20% of the time for Class A bowlers. Stats by CBN, Candlepin Bowling Network. Good bid by Boisvert. Smith going for all 3. Nice 10. to start a second.
Even the 2 on the left isn't a guarantee, so although the conventional school of thought is go for the safe 2, not everyone agrees with it.
So I was off by a box, so after this next box was an update from Greg Gouillart. I kept thinking ankle balls up next, and I should have known better. Boisvert 5.
Yep.
So Mark gains 5 in that one box alone.
Interesting.
98 to 80 for Exeter in the string. 23 in the match.
Interesting, but still a lopsided Exeter advantage.
9 drop for Smith.
This will be triangle number 2 for Boisvert, 2-4-5. That's off to the right for Smith, right into the wood. Boisvert right through the middle.
I gave Surette the triple strike challenge. Gets 3 strikes. No, Oma Bear. He did one last year, but he's like, I can't even get 1 right now. And I told him he's like a pool player. He's just losing on purpose, and he's going to set people up.
$9 for each, and I'm going to do something here and just make sure with connectivity.
Unofficially, an 18-pin lead for Exeter, 107.89. Top of the order coming up next as bowlers switch sides.
$108 to 89. We've got almost that. 1 second. Boudreau straight down the middle for a spread eagle. That's a tough one. 4 Phil. Scott Douglas, not a fan of how his evening started out right now. 24, 20, 25. Boudreau off on his second ball. Jeff had a 6 Phil. Bring up to date on that. You can bring that back. Bring that back. Sorry, we were holding up the official scoreboard so that we could get that for you. Boudreau has a 7 box here. That's a tough sledding there. Spread eagle and a 7. 31 through 3. Scott Douglas an 8. Still pinning pretty well. 28 through 3. Taking a peek through here, we have all the rest of the scores confirmed as well.
John Boudreau powers 8. Scott Douglas, the twister with a 5-2 split. Imagine if Jonathan was a 134 above his average and they lose. 140, give him a 5-pin win in that first. Up 27 in the match right now. Spare.
That's high caliber bowling.
41 on the ball through 4. Scott Douglas, good bid. The younger brother of the tornado, Tim Douglas, the tornado, there's going to be a twister. Scott Douglas.
Scott Douglas needs a head pin, but he's following up well on the second and third ball. Just need a first ball now.
10, 38 through 4. 3 marks to none for the first 3 balls for Exeter.
That's the problem with a tough house like Central. You get behind on the first ball, and it's much tougher to recover for the spare.
What an awesome game Candlepin bowling is for any age, pretty much. Bowls now Hundreds Bowl, 1 in Concord, 1 at Academy Lanes, Haverhill, Mass. Alosa drills 9. Need some marks. Eric Pelletier, 5-7-10.
Missed single for Alosa there. So a missed opportunity for each of them. Pelletier only loads 3 on the spare, but Alosa missed a chance to take advantage and repair his string.
Look at that shot. Ball bounced down to 10 after a spare 7, 32 through 2. Now a 9 for each bowler. 41 for Eric, 24 for Alosa. A-L-O-S-A, Alosa.
Alosa. Sorry.
A-L.
Shoddy Hermione Granger impression.
Call
I'll
him A-L
workshop
for
it.
short. It's trying to mirror Eric Pelletier's start. He's down 17 head-to-head. Nice ball, 9 again, maybe 10. A wiggle and a giggle on the 6. He's not laughing at that one. Pelletier for a spare, hooked left, one of the two.
Had a choice word as that ball left his hand.
We didn't hear. I didn't hear it. We know what he said though.
And you didn't either.
Lows for a spare, right on it. Finally get a mark on the board. 44 through 4, 4-4-4 in a ball.
34 in a ball.
Oh, I'm sorry, 34. I jumped the gun. 34 in a ball before I take that back.
10.
Pelletier 10, 51 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Good to see you, Ian. Yeah,
Greg.
I'm just going off my phone data, honestly, at this point. Want to thank AT&T for the shout-out. That's not sponsored, so that's all the thanks you get.
Just right overdue for a big string. A bucket shot. Seen a lot of these tonight. Nickname started in Canada.
Yep, not on a spare, excuse me.
Shaun MacDonald, 1-2-4, spare chance.
Sorry for the mishap there.
Pair of 8s to start for him. Surette, spare 6 and 9. Another spare.
Now we'll light it up.
35 in the ball through 3. MacDonald, 2 full in the head pin, leads up to 2 and 4.
I mean, that 3-pinner is gettable there. Just MacDonald didn't have to carry through. We've seen a lot of punched head pins at that point.
MacDonald, option pin again for a 9. It's 25 through 3 in the second of 3. Exeter trying to pull away. They led for a while, most of the first string. They hung on to win it. In fact, they never trailed that string.
Maybe it's superstition, but it feels like sometimes there are balls that just work better in the 3-6 pocket than the 1-3. That's not the right way around, of course, but...
Surette on the cross, another bucket shot the other side. Would you take a look at that? He likes to say. 40 through 3. Shaun knocks down the 7 on the left, 6-10, spare chance.
Well, in the pin's opinion, Surette isn't hitting the pocket well enough, and Surette's like, are you kidding me?
Can you do it this side? No.
For heaven's sake. He's only missed 3 head pins all evening.
MacDonald spare. They got 2 on the board to 1. 8 for Surette. Oops. 48 through 4.
Dave Barber, Kris Winiarz. They're joking about it. Jeff's like, I don't really want to high-five you, but good luck as he tags out for Dave Barber. Here he is, lane 20, Central Park Lanes. Just 3.
We're going to make a poster for Jeff Surette. We want to strike. We want to strike for Jeff Surette. A big poster.
We'll get the
we'll try.
We'll get the rooting section and the fans out there. 4 horsemen and a 7. Gettable for Winiarz. He would have to twirl this piece of wood over. 1-3, rang the 6-pin. Didn't expect that to be the one that stood up. Barber 9, good third ball. That's 9 for Winiarz as well to match. So, still a 29-pin advantage for Exeter. Central 2 with that extra mark now. Alosa and MacDonald on the board.
You said Jeff only missed 3 head pin hits today. He said last week he started off the first 14 boxes, only 3 head pin hits. He's on the 3-pin all night.
And he might have scored better at this rate.
I told him to make a poster, say we want to strike.
He's overdue for one at this point.
Dave,
it's not going to ricochet far enough. Sorry, Paul.
That's all right, Greg.
Not unless you need it.
No, Scott Douglas, 5 and a 7. Trying to bounce it over. No.
Now the wood disappeared just shy of the 7. Winiarz was not far off.
David 9, 38 through 4. Kris gets a lot of tough breaks. So accurate. Never see that guy ever throw a ball by. Never once. 10, 38 also through 4. Anchor balls come. Kris Boisvert. Mark Hollywood Smith. Mark has the main state doubles record with Hall of Famer Tim Matero, 27-80. And they always teased him because Tim beat him by 100 pins on his team. So I said, Tim Matero carried you, huh? He gets a kick out of that one. If you don't know the story of why he got Hollywood Smith, he didn't want to do an interview at the Big 20 at a Pearson Classic. I said, come on, look at that Hollywood smile. And ever since then, he talks all the time. He hams it up. Kris Boisvert, 2 in the 10. Hollywood drills 8 somehow, 1 in the 8.
We've got some good questions coming in chat. We'll get to those in just a second.
I'll leave that to you, Greg, if you don't mind.
Maybe after the score check or something like that.
Boisvert trying to kick it over, miss left. Try to edge that 2-pin on the left side. Smith trying to bounce it for a spare. He does. Raise the head pin. He's like, mark it down, mark it down, mark it down. That's his patented phrase. So animating, such a trip to watch. 29 the ball through 3. Boisvert just 23 through 3. Leads 27 for Exeter, but down 3 marks to 1. Can Central 2 make another push?
I'll start with the less controversial question because Ian's trying to bait us into a hot, raging debate right here. Why are the different balls? Everyone's got their own preferences. It's really not significant differences between the balls, but made of different material, rubber, urethane, and usually between 2 pounds 4, 2 pounds 7, usually on the higher end.
Smith's spare fill is 5, 34 through 3. 2 marks to 1.
Tough luck on that split for Smith.
Down 22 in the string, 27 in the match. Boisvert just missed. He's not off by too much. It's like, darn. Smith, Argentina, another banana split. Where's Casey McCool?
That is indeed the word of choice for Kris Boisvert. I will not accept any substitute.
Casey McCool is growling.
Paramount Industries in Medway, Massachusetts is pretty much the biggest show in town for getting Candlepin bowling balls.
Kris a 9, tough start, 32 through 4. Smith a 6 on the banana split leave. Just 40 through 4.
You can order Candlepin balls online. Maybe one day Candlepins for Cancer t-shirts one day. I have 25 pins up on the string right now.
Yeah, I got those available for sale whenever I stream live, Candlepins for Cancer shirts.
If you're in person, but we got to reach the wider audience, man. Online is the future.
We'll talk to Kim Baker about doing that. We're working on that.
Actually, the World Wide Web is like the 90s by this point. But yeah, we'll get on that at some point. 6 marks to 3 in this string for Exeter, who's already won the first 2 match points. That's at the top of your screen. For winning the first string out of 3. Another one coming after this. Remember, 8 points on offer after each. Say again? Excellent.
Top of the order, the twister, Scott Douglas, a diamond. A girl's best friend, but for bowlers, just 27% for Class A without wood. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Boudreau gets 9 out of the split.
Busts up that 10-pin. Boudreau's just getting that little bit extra.
50 through 4. Denied is the king by Douglas. He's pinning really well, but no marks yet. Halfway through the second string of 3.
Wood should be carrying for Boudreau.
Double barrel wood. Trying to plow through it. And he got it.
Leave it to my prissy standards to want the wood right horizontally, right up against the pin. I'm that bad. I need the help. Boudreau does not.
60 at the half plus the ball. Douglas a 9, 47 half. Does he got a full house? 3 9s, 2 10s, right?
Say again?
Yeah, does he have 3 9s, 2 10s, Scott Douglas?
3 of a kind. 3 10s, 9, and an 8.
Okay, so no full house.
Yeah, you can't get to 47. Wait. Oh yeah, 3 9s, 2 10s would get you there, but no, he's got trip 10s.
Thanks, Scott.
Hey, that's still a pretty good poker hand. Come on, pair swing poker hands mostly.
I never played Texas Hold'em poker one time. I actually won a tournament, won a $150 gift card.
Boudreau's missed this head pin.
Placing second. Didn't know what I was doing.
But Boudreau can still continue this. Douglas not thrilled. He's hit that wood the wrong way and has not come up with a spare.
Jonathan pushes it down for a spare. At it again, 76 in the ball through 6.
Good time to be a wood shooter. That piece of diagonal wood was perfect.
Scott 9, 56 through 6 without a mark. Just 4 pins on the deck. They're up 2 marks to 1. Central 2, but they're down the string right now in the match. Exeter 2 up to 42 in the string. The biggest lead of the match, 47. Trying to go 16-0 to go after 2 weeks. Right now they're up 2-0 tonight. winning that first by 5 pins.
Boudreau's cleaning up the garage sale over there. There was a ball coming back on the lane, which doesn't happen all the time. Usually you get it like in the gutter, the manual ball return.
John Alosa on the right, 34 on a ball through 4. Beautiful ball, but a 2-1 split.
One of his better fills, though. We've been waiting for Alosa to get back right in form.
41 through 4. Eric Pelletier, a 51 through 4 start, a 4-2 split.
Maybe this goes.
They could use it, and it will go. Wood spins to the 7. Back to back. 51 the ball through 5. Oh, what a try by Pelletier. The Wood slides.
And that's an argument for less and more, even though the spare doesn't go in this occasion, because that Wood could have gotten tangled up in the 2 and 8 and taken it all down. More things for the pin to latch onto, in other words.
Takes a 10, 61 half.
How scientific that is I'm not entirely certain, but it is the words of many an experienced bowler.
Any more questions on the feed there, Greg?
And then the other one, should bowlers go strictly right then left? Ball for ball, in other words. And we had a back and forth of this on Candlepin chat. And although I love that bowlers are going ball for ball here, it makes it so much easier to stream. I think if pace of play would be hindered by going ball for ball, like you're waiting on a delay on 1, but you could easily be finishing your frame, why not go ahead?
It is tougher, especially when you do a manual scoring by yourself, and they go right, left, right. And some bowlers go fast. Yeah, some do 5 blocks, but some gets 2 sometimes that way.
But that's the streamer's perspective, and I'd love to be able to have a dinner time after some longer tournaments, time to enjoy yourself rather than plunk on a hotel bed afterwards. We're just the streamers, but that we do feel it too.
After 10 string matches in Maine, I always crash after that right away.
Yeah. Alosa 8 and Pelletier 7. Alosa picks up 1. Exeter still with a heavy advantage.
Lead is dwindled to 27 though on the string. Central 2, 1 mark. Exeter 1 mark. Shaun MacDonald has the mark here for Central 2. He's on lane 20. And Jeff Surette's on lane 19. Upstairs in this 22-lane house. 12 down, 10 upstairs. Just 2 in the fill. Fills will hurt them. 37 through 4. Jonathan Boudreau, the leadoff bowler for Exeter, has the only spare. Any mark either side right now. MacDonald 1, 3, 8, 10.
Yeah, Central 2 is averaging below 6 on their spare fills.
And the average spare is 6.5, strikes 8.3 for Class A bowlers. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. Good bid by Surette. MacDonald, tricky dribbles, 3 for a 9. Nice out, 46 half. 10 for Surette, 58 at the half.
Exeter's had their fair share of small spare fills. We have some 3s and 2s in the mix right now.
MacDonald splits 3 and 1, make it 2 and 1, 2, wobbling 4, 6 to the right. Surette for a strike, 9. 4 pin for a spare. MacDonald way left. Spare for Surette, right on the nose. 68 in the ball through 6. MacDonald is 7, 53 through 6.
And now Surette's getting his regular flow of marks right now. Not as many splits as last time. Still steady on the head pin. And now he's marked in half the boxes he's rolled this string.
Exeter has 2 spares on the board. Kris and Dave right now up 38 apiece through 4. Not in the marks. Exeter up by 29 in the string. 34 in the match. In the second of 3. Winiarz, a 6-pack.
David G, size of the Candlepin balls is smaller than a 5-pin bowling ball. I forget the exact diameter, I confess, but it is the smallest of the small ball bowling versions, even smaller than 9-pin, smaller than duck pin. Duck pin balls are a pound heavier, I know that much.
Barber, good try. He leaves up the 10. Kris leaves up number 1.
That wood was pirouetting for Barber right there.
Kris, of course he gets a 10 box. Doesn't miss too many single pins. Dave missed one there for a 9. So 47, 46, 48, 47. Kris has lead head-to-head, but his team is down by 28 in the string, 33 in the match, and down 2 marks.
Yeah. Oh, Barber's average spare fill is 4.6 right now. That's why Exeter's spare average is weighed down just a little bit, but still way ahead.
And that's not usual for them. A dominating team year in, year out.
Also, this guy's an international mixed champion, and we're not, with Team Holbrook Coca-Cola.
Multi-pro titles. Winiarz, nice bid, flies around the 8. Barber on the diamond, missed right, 2 in the 4.
Some encouragement comes out for Winiarz. He's markless in this string so far, but that was a good bid, and his team does well to let him know.
Another 10, 58 through 6, no marks, only 2 pins on the deck. 8 for Dave Barber, 55 through 6.
Oh, bollocks, I forgot to tell you Winiarz had a full house. He had 10s full of 9s. Now he's got quad 10s.
Is it too late to throw the hand down the table?
By the way, Ian, I see Nico chiming in, men's and women's international. Yeah, I would say that one should just go at their own pace, but I am one person, and the captain's meeting is the most robust way for all the teams to bring out their opinions on how the tournament should proceed.
As long as you don't interfere with the ball, you can go ahead.
Dave Barber, among many others north of the border, do well running that tournament. I apologize, I don't know all the names offhand. And Mark Smith is owed an apology from that 7-pin for that great bid. Parallel back row pins made it difficult, but still. Boisvert 2-4.
Smith 9, 50. I make that 49 at the half. His team's down 2 marks to none. Kris Boisvert takes the short 2 for a 9. Just 41 at the half. An off night so far, halfway through his match.
Recall that Smith took the aggressive route with that exact same leave, the 1-6-10. Here, Boisvert, whether he was looking over at Smith or whether that's Boisvert's usual style, he takes the safe way out.
Taking a rare seat here, Greg. Usually stand up for these matches, but third match today.
Oh, yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Beautiful ball. Boisvert 9, 6 pin left up. Wood to help.
Can you feel that?
Gotta do some karaoke, Greg. You like karaoke?
I ain't shy about singing.
Love karaoke. Smith, option pin, won't carry to the 6-10.
Drives my family crazy. Oh, Gregory, you're so good at it, though. No.
I always tell people, if you can't sing a song, do that song Tequila. You said tequila twice.
That's a spare for Boisvert with that plank. Yeah.
Can't mess that one up, can you? Or sing an instrumental.
Well, you can mess up shooting at a plank. Believe me, I've done it.
Right.
But you can't mess up tequila, yet you can somehow advance to the second round of America's Got Talent. Ridiculous.
We're past the halfway point of the match. Time for a station identification. An update from Greg Gouillart. Let's give him 17.9 tenths.
But I got to do a score update as well. This is Candlepin Bowling Network. That's Paul Grant. I'm Greg Gouillart. This is Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and also on Facebook. Please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. And please take a look at this 26-pin advantage for Exeter, which also has 3 marks on top of it. So clearly, they are way ahead in the second string. But remember, there's still another string and 4 match points after this to go. There is no chance I made the time limit.
I think you made it by right on the nose at the buzzer. Waiting
Sure.
for the booth review.
Okay.
Jonathan Boudreau, 76 in the ball. 2. The dreaded half Worcester, 78 through 6. They're up 2 hits to none still. Strike! Bombs away, baby! The twister, Scott Douglas, touches down. 66 plus 2 through 7. Jonathan and 8.
We were mentioning the variety tournament. Sorry, you can read that score.
86 through 7.
Variety tournament for Candlepins for Cancer. A live show will be September 28th. That's 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 balls. 3 ball being a normal string. And then 3-6-9 where your spotted strikes in those frames. And 9-pin where 9 pins down is credited with the 10th, be it for a strike, spare, or 10. We'll explain it on the day of as well.
Scott Douglas, #1 seed that day. Nice ball, 9, and we're going to 10. Won't go.
It wilted.
Close to a double strike. They could have used it. Great chance for a spare. Boudreau, nice shot. Spare. 96 in the ball through 8 after a 141st to save his team. Losing their first string of the season. The twister, spare on strike. 76 through 7, 86 in the ball through 8. Can Central 2 come back?
I think Scott Douglas has the first 20 bucks of anyone this evening. Let me check through. Whoops, not that way. Yeah, I'm showing you that's the first 20 bucks tonight.
Eric Pelletier, 5. 68 through 6 coming in. John Alosa, 66 through 6, both not on marks. He gets a strike. Aloha, Alosa, 76 plus 2 through 7. Pelletier, oh, wow. Headpin only.
Aloha means hello and goodbye.
Maybe means yes, maybe means no. Pelletier in 8, 76 through 7. Here comes Central 2. Down 3 marks to 2, dust down 14. All of a sudden the string, 19 of the match. Plenty of time left. They cut it to 1 at 1 point in the first string. 1 pin. Exeter held on to win by 5. Pelletier back at 9. 10 pin for a spare angle piece of wood. Aloha, Alosa with a half whisker left.
Who said double?
Pelletier, ooh, just missed left.
The plank didn't make it that much easier, but a little wider.
He wants that one back. Second ball on the strike for Alosa. It's going to be another slim hit, just 5. 81 through 7. Eric, the Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third, 10.
Maybe 9, that may have been foul, I'll check. And there's a 9, so Alosa gets a profit of 4 on that, essentially, 15 and 9. Okay, that was fair then, excuse me. That last shot was fair for Pelletier, 86 through 8. This is Surette on a spare fill. That's 7. Thank you. 5, 7, 8 for Surette. Shaun MacDonald only takes out 3. Wood is way out in front there for Surette. Will he leverage it? He uses the high piece. That back piece wasn't really covering the 5, though. MacDonald, skinny hit. Maybe wants the 1-2 with his ball. Oh, it was there for Jeff Surette. He'll take 10. MacDonald, nice out, ranked the 8 pin, a little unlucky.
So Greg, I have not heard you say take 20 of the ATM machine recently.
Well, we only had to do it once. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of partial to strike sandwich maybe for that situation. Spare, strike, spare.
Surette the half whisk to right, 3 and the 9.
It's in there. It's kicking around in the rotation. Maybe have a few cobwebs to dust off.
Speaking of that, the big 20 any doubles for handicap bowlers out there coming to Scarborough, Maine once again. $3,000 raised for Candlepin for Cancer back on April 13th, that whole ladder series. Good bid by Surette. Sorry, Greg.
No, it's fine.
He's up to 6. MacDonald, spare! Making a charge. Here comes Central 2. 82 in the ball through 8, or 72 in the ball through 8, make it. Surette a 10. 95 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Any doubles big 20, 2 men or 2 women, 1 man, 1 woman, 95% handicap. Big 20 Scarborough, Maine, October 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 12th. Please register. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Make a donation also to the Bowlers Charity via Venmo, a 501c3 charity. Big 20, any doubles coming to Scarborough, Big 20 in October.
Oh, a chop off. Barber's only got rid of the horseman alone.
Don't see that too often. That's $60 a bowler per shift. Unlimited shifts allowed. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Anybody can bowl, anybody can win. It's coming back, hold on. He got it! Wow, what a shot for a spare!
And that 9 pin was about to disappear off the back of the rack, but Wood caught it and sent it into the 10. Incidentally, I think Winiarz was the last guy I remember leaving a mini rack on this lane.
65 in the ball through 7 for Barber. Winiarz denied by the head pin. Every time Central 2 makes a run, Exeter has an answer.
There's a 9 for Winiarz.
Triple header Friday, concluding here with the Friday Night Pro League game of the week. 2 ACST matches earlier, 2 ACST doubleheaders tomorrow. 2 matches tomorrow, 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock, live on the ACST Facebook page.
Someone had a request. It's Mark Weber for string one scores. Half Worcester Barber. The Phils are driving a batty, unfortunately.
569 to 564 in the first.
Yep, 569, 564 was the total. I'll get to individual scores in just a second.
I don't practice when I go home. Barber, what did Barber get the fill? 4?
Just 2. It was a half Worcester.
You make a great shot, and you get a lousy fill. It happens to me all the time when I bowled.
Yeah.
Drove me crazy. Kris Winiarz trying to pull up the 6-pack. Gets 3 of the 6, 1, 9, 10. Dave trying to pin out. Field goal for an 8. After 132 first, 75 through 8.
Winiarz gets 10. I have that backwards. Excuse me.
85 for Winiarz, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, no, it's 77. I'm sorry.
Okay, 75 for Barber. You're right. Anchor
Mangling
balls now.
that. Yep, that's right. So both of Scott Douglas and John Alosa, great story there. 120s each. Jonathan Boudreau led Exeter with 140. Dave Barber 132. Those are the big highlights out of that first string.
Sorry, John's got 2 120s then, right? Is that 240?
So Alosa's 90 through 8 right now.
Okay,
he has to.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention there.
He has to pin out, but he's not far off.
Okay, I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard. Okay, here we go. Chris Boisvert on a spare 4, 55 through 6.
And Exeter's fills were under pressure here.
So got the 6-10 actually. 1, 2, 4, 8 behind the 2. Hollywood Smith for a spare. No.
Thought he was going to get some ball deflection into the 7. Where's that Hollywood magic?
They're on strike. Boisvert, nice out. 10, 65 through 7. Hollywood at 10 to match. Mark Smith, 69 through 7. After this box, another update from the soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
I'll share one right now. Smith and Alosa both are encountering split heck right now. 3 splits each. So is Surette. He's got 3. He still hasn't totally got the splits out. But again, you can't get a split without hitting the head pin by definition.
CB, Chris Boisvert with the check mark. Smith on the crossover. Pushes down the 6, the 9 rather, and back 6-10, spare chance. Englewood in front for Boisvert, not going to be easy.
Incidentally, Surette and then Alosa and Smith all have the best head pin accuracy, only having missed 2 each in the string.
Boisvert for a spare. Oh, just couldn't get to the 10. What a try. He can't believe it.
I thought that Wood was more annoying. He doesn't need that help.
And Smith missed that chance. Central 2 up 2 marks to 1, down 23 right now. Have kept X on their toes all night long.
That one stings, I think. That could have been one of Central 2's good chances to get back into the string. Not over yet.
10 for Boisvert, 75 through 8 in the second of 3. Smith, the Paul Grand Special, missed the second, make the third. 10, 79 through 8. Update from Greg Gouillart.
I'll score check right now, but there you see it, 23 pins.
You're watching the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube in high definition. Central Park Lanes 2, Extra Lanes. Match 2 of 35. Next week we're hoping if we can get a streamer to help me out at Academy Lanes, Pub 125 Havel Mass. We're trying to get Academy 2, won it 2 years ago, hosting Hingham, who were the finalists last year. That's the tentative scheduled match right now. It could change, pending location. And if I go alone, I'll have to be a place where there's good Wi-Fi. If I fly solo, which I do sometimes. Scott Douglas, a twister, 136, spare chance. That's on a spare, 100. Is that 93 with the Phil?
Yes, it is, and that is Boudreau, 116 plus through 9.
Couldn't see that strike, obstructed view. Douglas spare.
That's 3 straight for Scott Douglas. Leadoffs are cooking.
103 in the ball in the 9th. Boudreau, 116 plus 2. Back up to stand up, not comedy.
I think I said cooking already this broadcast. I'm trying to avoid the Bob Lee 3 times per broadcast rule. Rotisserieing?
I'm in trouble then. Again. Well, I call them more boxers. You like to say more things at the same time. You can't. There's only so many words in the dictionary.
We're not Doc Emmerich. It's all good.
I'm not going to make up words and use a thesaurus and make up these corny phrases. Scott 5, 108 through 9.
I might, but that's a me problem.
Oh, he cut it! Masterful shot. Another one. 118 of the ball in the 10th.
The back four for Scotty.
Boudreau, the ATM, Greg.
Another 20. Takes another 20 out of the ATM.
There it is. I feel better now. 126 to 9. 136 in the ball in the 10th after a 141st. The Fornet watches on. Next string. No 400s in week 1.
Not at this time, but.
Douglas pounds down 8. Nice string. 126.
126, yep. Yes.
Boudreau, 9 more. 145, 285 through 2. A 142.5 average for the leadoff bowler for Exeter.
Simply outrageous. Any pro who averages 120 is going to be very happy.
And Exeter balloons lead to 32 minus a ball.
Boudreau is making duckpin bowlers blush.
Alosa, spread eagle. Eric Pelletier, 4 left, 3-6 right. Exeter pushing the lead up to 37 of the match. Alosa trying to get 3, gets 2. They need a bunch of marks now. Eric Pelletier, good bid in the object. 4 left, 6 right. John Alosa trying to get 3 for 9, a 6. 96 to 9 after 121st. Led the average after 1 week, 128.33 in the league. Eric Pelletier in 8, 94 through 9. 34 pin lead for Exeter, minus the ball. Still lead by 39 in the match. Greg.
John Alosa, the Class B champion in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, defeated Jim Hunter at Harvard Lanes to get that championship.
Jim Hunter bowls here at Central Park Lanes, a very good bowler. John Butwell's bowling son in Concord, New Hampshire.
Yeah, Hunter was driven batty by the leaves he had that day. I think he finished with a score below, I think, some of the C scores as well.
He had trouble sticking that day, he said.
Yeah, that's tough. That's harsh, though, because his underlying bowling ability was as good as you'd expect of a B bowler.
He was tremendous all year. He was good in the A division a couple of years before that. Took a year off.
Excuse me, 2-pin? Why would you go that way? Pelletier denied. I guess he hit the wood from behind. Too bad.
John, a tough finish, a 7, 103 second string. 223 through 2. Pelletier gains 3 with a 10, 104 second string. Lead is 37, 42 of the match for Exeter, minus a ball.
It's big, but we have seen bigger leads disappear literally within these confines.
I
still remember that epic Academy 2 Central 3 match we called just a few lanes over in playoffs last year.
Yes.
Friday Night Pro League is get it right, Gregory. 35-week regular season, followed by playoffs. So regular season is where the bulk of the prize money is awarded for coming in first place. But Central 3 made it easy. They won both.
MacDonald almost got a strike on spare. Big 9, Phil, 81 through 8. No marks on the board now. They're down 28 in the string, 33 in the match. Surette comes back with 8 of his own. 5 of the 9. MacDonald for another one. The wood got in the way. Wrong side. Tough break.
Interesting. Well.
Surette spare in the Century Club. Shaun, a Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that. 10, 91 through 9.
MacDonald's probably going to find himself a bit tickled. He's going to be a bit tickled that he missed it on the left side somehow, because he got it on the correct side of the wood. You're supposed to aim red line or left, but by hitting too much of the cap, it spun out. Harsh game, Candlepin.
MacDonald back in the head pin, a check mark. Surette trying to give his team a huge lead here. Just 4. 109 through 9.
I think that's a Hawaii 5-0 ringtone.
Yes.
That was curious.
You must have heard Aloha Alosa.
I can't believe the Revival was going to change the Hawaii 5-0 thing.
That was
years
hit.
ago.
That was a big hit. The Ventures sang that song. It's instrumental. That's the song you do in karaoke. You just do the hula dance instead. No singing. With a hula outfit.
I did similar. MacDonald 9 and Surette 6. That gains half a mark for Central 2. Keep that in mind for the match, even though Exeter is lopsidedly ahead in this string.
115 for Jeff. Shaun, 100, second string. 29-pin lead, comfortable lead.
I did air guitar while my wife was doing Dream On by Aerosmith.
Oh, we got to see that one.
I think there's video.
Uh-oh. Get it out there.
I mean, I said nothing.
Nico, try to find that video.
Here's Kris Winiarz.
They're going to mark out. Might need a double.
Mr. Caleri, I presume. That's a hay bale right side. Oh, sorry. Starlight 5. We're in East Boston. Gregory.
Kris Winiarz calls the Starlight 5.
2, 5, 6, 9, 10. Starlight Bowling Center in East Boston. Got to get that right.
Winiarz won't go. They're in trouble now in the second.
Ooh, punches through.
Scepter 2 has hung on the first two string, but not enough to get over the hump. Winiarz a 9, 86 through 9. Dave matches with a 9, 84 through 9.
It's a 3-object 9 for Dave Barber.
3 blocks to go before the final string. Exeter trying to stay undefeated the first 5 strings of the season.
Dave Barber's got Goldilocks and the 3 Bears in the wrong order. Remember that mini rag blew it down for a spare and then got a half Worcester. He was too full. Too hot, too cold, just right.
Can you remember all the 3 Bears?
Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Baby. What? What are we doing here?
How about their actual names?
Goldilocks didn't really think that Ashley just kind of showed up. She was real rude about it and everything.
Spare for Barber. That could do it in the second string. 94 on the ball in the 10th. Kris Winiarz a 10, 96 second string.
All right. There is another string after that. Please forgive me if the internet cuts out again after this point, but I don't think it will. Now, a dialog box popped up on my computer, which scared the crud out of me. The whatever you want to call it. That's Barber. That's the this porch is too cold, but the pins topple anyway. That's 7. That's 101. It's
233 through 2.
A fine string. So Nico asks a very pertinent question. What's the record for most strings won to start the season? I would need more Friday Night Pro League stats, and I don't know how much Secretary Mike Machichi might have access to, or if I can bother Dave Barber for more stats beyond the Easter Classic stats he so kindly provided. But Exeter is off to an 8-0 start. They're almost all but certain to go 4-0 here, so they'll have front 12 match points to start the first 2 weeks.
See if we can find that information real quick if I can, Greg, if you want to take a look here, finish up here at the string.
It might be a complex question to ask now, but we'll see. This is mixing out for Boisvert. Interesting. He's got double pins, and he's got a pin that's almost in between those. Smith misses. Now it's a guardrail to the right. There's a chance it might contain the 2-8, but I'm not so sure. Or Boisvert can just shoot the half Worcester straight up and just go straight down the middle. Got to find the 2-pin. Good luck. And it rips away like that, which is what usually happens in this case. Smith 10, he's at 85 through 9. And a 10 for Boisvert. Should have entered in the wrong order, but there you go. I'll get to your previous question, because that it's a bucket first of all. I thought that wasn't a widespread term. The jury's still out on that for me, but I'm a stupid American. You'll have to let me know on this one. We don't get enough knowledge out of Eastern Canada, I tell you what. What's the hardest shot in Candlepin? I'll be spicy. Wood, wedged against the sidewall in front of the 10-pin, basically. So the wood is almost inevitably going to deflect.
So I did talk to Dave Barber. They weren't sure. He thinks one time when they bowled in Beverly, they had a 30-something start. Maybe 36 before they lost.
30 points.
30 points a little better, but it's been over 70 years of Friday Night Pro League, he said, so he doesn't really know, of course. That's the heart. And records weren't kept sometimes, too, so. Good question. Thanks for the question. We don't have the exact answer, though, to be fair.
They didn't even know what a streamer was, let alone that it would be so persistent in trying to get this information. Exeter has won this string.
Mark Smith, disappointing 98 string. Kris Boisvert, 93 middle string, but good enough to win by 35, 558 to 523. Two strings down, 1 to go, a 40-pin lead. Update from Greg Gouillart.
4 pins to nothing for Exeter. 1 more string coming up. This is the third of 3 coming up. Paul, I have 558 to 523. If you can help me confirm that by any chance. We will get that set for you, and we'll get started with string number 3 in just a moment. Bowlers resetting the ball racks. Ball racks don't fit both teams' balls, quite simply. Old-style ball returns and the pinboy positions on the outermost, but relevantly, they don't have the capacity for both teams' balls in the same rack. That's why they have to change over. 5 pins for Exeter in the first string, 35 in the second one. Jonathan Boudreau, who is on 285 through 2 strings, starts off with a split. That's not often Boudreau's split. For all the people who've been getting splits left and right, Boudreau's only had 3, and he darn near made that one. Scott Douglas is triangle 2, 2-4-5, and he's just off to the right. Wood's not going to help him out from behind. 10 Boudreau. And 10 Scott Douglas. Excellent, thank you very much. What? Thanks. Jonathan Boudreau has got a pin. Douglas almost left the triangle. This time the 6-pin tips over, and he's got a much better lead, a 2-pinner that's connected by wood. Boudreau, this wood is behind. He must have a direct shot, unless he wants to go right to the wood. Nope. He's too good for that. He plays it for the spare. Douglas, hey, I predicted the future with that scoreboard quirk. 20 in a ball for each of them. And again, the leadoff's doing well. Scott Douglas came into this with 246. That's very good in its own right. Just Boudreau is on another plane of existence right now. Eric Pelletier and John Alosa. Pelletier head pin. Ooh, setback. Thanks, Canada, for the name on that term. 457. Silly, silly piece of wood. 136. John Alosa. That's just the 4-7 for Pelletier. Alosa runs it down on the board in the first. And 10 for Pelletier. Pin perfect start for everybody in the early going. The fill, Pelletier with the 136. The fill for Alosa, ball is right out of his hand, it's 3, but still that second mark. Putting Central 2 off to a good start. Nope, that's not going to work out. 7-pin cluster gives Alosa the chance to go back-to-back. With the strike ball in effect. On the head pin, it's 2 full. Both have to pin 3-pinners. Little force of habit right here. I've written Scott Douglas as S. Douglas, but I did not need to do that. Tim Douglas is on Central 1 this year. Old habits die hard. Pelletier 10, and an 8-box for Alosa. He's on 21 through 2.
Exeter 1 by 5, 1 by 35. Right now they're down 1 in the string of 39 in the match. Central 2 can still get 4 points, points they could use. Very competitive tempo, lowest score in that second string, 523. Yep. Average string they would have won.
That 39-pin deficit can be erased, or Central 2 can grab some points here along the way and spoil Exeter's perfect start to the early season. Surette, get a load of this, 3-2 split. MacDonald, he's got the 7-pin cluster, and wood that's going to gum up the pocket. Remember, Surette deals from left to right, as he always does. In theory, that's his pocket there, but the split is still dastardly, and he still put a good bid on it.
But no Muttley. Love that cartoon Dastardly and Muttley.
MacDonald's put a try worse. The wood's going to roll the wrong way. Surette 9-box. MacDonald's got to get on this triangle here. He does. That's 10. Picks up a pin. I was mentioning Central 1 and picked up Tim Douglas. Also Matt Nichols. That's a heck of an acquisition right there. So Central 1, they did not make the playoff cut last time, but with those two added talents.
They're 8-0 last week with Exeter.
Never know. Surette, now how did he know that was going to happen? That's what gets me. He's on the head pin and he just knows the leave is going to be a disaster. MacDonald, well, he crushed that pocket and he's got the 7-pin. Yeah, it would have been tough to get that cap to go across. And a spare MacDonald. And that's going to be slide over everything, 8-box. Boudreau is clarifying the score on that one. Thank you very much. I don't mind ribbing him a little. You know, but it is column A, a lot of column B for Jeff Surette, who has had now 9 splits this evening. Dave Barber and Kris Winiarz.
He gets a chuckle out of it, though.
You got to have a good sense of humor to bowl. You really do.
You know, you can't, one thing you learn when you stream, when I used to bowl, I'm like, oh, I did that too. It's like, idiot. Idiots.
Yeah. I apologize for the savage call, but it was a good moment of comic levity.
Look at that dance movie, Etta. Foul line coaching in that shot.
Now, foul line coaching. Ooh, that was brutal. I saw it. That's a spare for Barber.
I need some more sleep.
Hey, 3 matches, you deserve it, my friend.
2 more tomorrow, 2 yesterday. Piece of cake.
Yeah. Nico's asking about Pro Series. We'll get to that in a second. Triangle 6 goes. Winiarz has it. He matches that spare.
Sunday, September 22nd with Greg Gouillart. I'll help you out in the afternoon, Greg, at Academy Lanes, Pub 125, Havel, Mass.
Yeah.
I'll be there afternoon time sometime.
We're there with coverage. I've got it all on my calendar. I'm holding myself accountable to making them all. Paul, as many as you can make, greatly appreciate it.
Glad to be with you, Greg. Always a class act to work with, a treat to work with.
Thank you.
Mike Moore, and also September 28th in Abington. Stop by Webster Timber Lanes, Lucy's Pizza Bar. Get a chocolate chip cookie pizza, a must-have. Delicious. Sweet and delicious.
Working with Mike Moore will never get old or novel.
I'll bring the Sky Bars.
That's a spare. Barber back-to-back. Winiarz. Now, I don't think the wood is in the middle of the 1-8, so in theory, this could go if he can send the wood this way and that. Oof. Not that the wood helped either.
So we got to talk to Bob Bryan tonight. Not the Bob Bryan sportscaster, the Bob Bryan here at Central Park Lanes. Chuck Fazella, the owner, calls him a clown. They have good banter back and forth here. A lot of loyal bowlers here.
That's a 9. Nico says, I've got a special video to welcome in the new season of the Pro Series. A little recap of last year's first event coming soon. Thank you very much. Nico's got a lot of great short-form content he's posting on Facebook and YouTube, so make sure to follow us in both places. Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube.
Well, you talk about the Candlepin Cancer variety style, the 1-2-3 ball, 3-6-9-9 pin on the 28th step ladder series. That night, the return of the Women's Money Match 2 after a 2.5-year hiatus. Madison White and Mario Johnson take on Miss Hawaii, Lori Lewis, and Glennis McKinley. That'll be a good one. Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube, Bob Lee and myself, 7 o'clock live from Exeter Lane, Shooter Sports Club, New Hampshire. Please bring a crowd and support the fine lady bowlers.
And we saw them recently at Exeter. They did well. Boisvert spare. All these triangles are dropping left and right.
And that women's doubles we did last Saturday was a record sellout.
Ooh, well, about making a triangle, Smith did. Trouble is, there's a 10-pin as well. 9.
That women's double was awesome, Greg, last week. Thanks for your help with that. That was tremendous.
So good. Such a great center. Such great bowling. Amanda Carroll and Brooke Betteridge putting on a master class as ever. And Rob Ficara and Darren doing great work as well. In fact, Rob Ficara is going to be on the Approach podcast. That's with Jeremy Seaholm, I beg your pardon, and Danny Finn. Strike Boisvert on the spare.
There's your big 20.
You betcha.
Yeah, I think for the Candlepin for Cancer Any Doubles live show, we should give it a $20 bill for a big 20 bucks instead of the 3 spares in a row.
I like that.
I thought about that, actually. I think about these stupid things, or silly things sometimes. Nothing better to think about. Not stupid, but, silly things.
Yeah.
Creative. I should say creative things. That's stupid.
Tastefully corny.
Wrong word.
I like it. Plus, it's all for a good cause. Smith has a 7 box. I was going to say, so Rob Ficar on the Approach podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts in the usual places, Spotify for one, and many others. We have a 12-pin advantage right now for Exeter Lanes, 113 to 101. Marks are flying, though, so that lead could change. But again, Exeter looks to have the early advantage, which would mean, if all ends as is, they would be on their way to an 8-0 and their second straight perfect win, and maybe we could start writing, at the very least, the modern record book. Would be on pace for that if nothing else.
Back to the top of the order, both on spares, both 20 and a ball through 2. The twister, Scott Douglas, on the right from Marshfield, Massachusetts. Jonathan Boudreau on the left. 20 and a ball through 2 also. Bedtime Magic. Scott Douglas, strike on spare, bombs away, baby!
Well, now these 20 boxes are flying everywhere, and that's Douglas's second.
Boudreau, 27 through 2. Scott, 30 through 2, 40 plus 2 big ones after 3. That's the affiliate marks. Ever since I teased you about not saying the 20 of the ATM machine, we got a bunch of them since then.
Boudreau's taking a peek at that.
I mean, you're going to take $20 at the ATM machine, the machine's down.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a pretty broken machine if you're taking it out 20 at a time, but anyway.
You go to like 2 or 3 ATM machines,
Yeah.
You can't find a $20 bill anywhere.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out this wood. I guess he has to go low right side. I don't see how this left wood does anything other than
Maybe
a 4-7.
too deep. He grazed the 4. Tried to kick up the wall.
I think he was trying to go conjunction junction and go off the wood into the 4-pin. Maybe, just maybe, would take it all.
And that's what I thought he would do, like that, not 10. That's how I would have played it, but he knows better than I do. Can't question Jonathan Boudreau's methods.
We always say bowler has the best view.
37 through 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Lead us down to 9 for Exeter. They're down.
And my gosh, diddly darn pin cam malfunctioned, so we'll get that fixed next time. Apologies.
Douglas on a strike. They're down 9. Actually, 1 strike, 1 spare for each side. Scott has the 4-7-8, trying to get 3 marks in a row.
Actually, it's my tripod more so. Anyway.
Boudreau bounces 5. The twister. Spare strike. Oh, missed somehow.
9
Eight.
fill.
Wow. How'd that not go?
But Scott Douglas is suddenly all over it.
49 through 3. Oh, what a try. A spare for Boudreau.
Boudreau now can go 400 with good count on this spare.
Douglas puts the pin of his misery for a 10. 59 through 4. Boudreau 47 the ball through 4. 3 hits to 1 for Exeter. We're tied in the string. They're up 40 in the match. Exeter has a 40-pin lead. Trying for the sweep. Central trying to get 2, maybe 4.
Exeter does have the advantage right here. And to clarify, Boudreau would need good count and then good pinning afterwards, of course. But now he's looking better and better for the 400.
John Alosa 21 through 2 with 5. Pelletier 2 10s. 1, 2. Wiggling 7 and the 9. Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. Upstairs. John just inside the 1 and 10. Oh, what a shot for a spare for Eric Pelletier. EP. 30 to ball through 3. Alosa a 9. 30 through 3. Despite the mark. Another low fill hurting him tonight. And lead is now 4 marks to 1 for Exeter. The lead is up to 1 in the string. 41 in the match. Alosa with a triangle, 2-4-5. Pelletier, 3-2 split on the bonus, 35 through 3, a 6-pin lead in the string. 3 hits to 1, still on their side. John missed right, Jon. Eric, ERIC, what a try.
Oh, look at that 3-pin just wilt. That was a good try.
John Alosa at 10, 40 through 4 in the final string of the match.
Speaking of wilting, Alosa collects.
Eric matches with a 10, 45 through 4.
Pin perfect, 45 through 4.
Let's pause 12.7 of a second for update from Greg Gouillart for station identification.
Oh, and Boudreau and Scott Douglas are also pin perfect through 4. This is Candlepin Bowling Network. Subscribe, please, and like the video by hitting the thumbs up button.
I think you have 3.5 seconds left.
Thank you. MacDonald on a spare. He counts 5 on that.
Shaun MacDonald MacDonald 5. 25 through 2. Smudge off.
Yeah, thank you.
Surette 17 through 2. Another split. What else is new for him tonight?
Thanks for reminding me to do that. I always forget.
That's all right.
This could go.
You help me more than I help you. Just doing the setup is hard to do. Shaun takes a 9, 34 through 3. Jeff trying to get 2, gets 1 for an 8, 25 through 3. Exeter has the lead, 8-0 last week after week 1, 4-0 tonight. Tied in the string, up 40 in the match. 3 hits to none on their side.
User Nightmare caught a live stream. Let's go. Good to see you in chat.
Who's that?
A user in chat.
Okay. I like some of the names out there. Is there Rocco out there? Rocco 1059 out there tonight?
I love when people catch the lives.
Hey,
In time to see a Surette strike, just like that.
He must have saw the poster. 2 more, Jeff, now.
You joke, but he's aims due with his luck. That's 10. MacDonald pins out. Only his left one standing so far, 44 through 4. Hey, there's your 4s.
4-4-4. Good number.
All the marks are Exeter. Big advantage there. Dave Barber on a spare. So now these Exeter marks are going to start pouring in. Dave Barber to fill first.
Jeff going out of the way. 2 more to go, Jeff, for the beer.
Barber's spare fills have not been a guarantee so far, but now will be a great chance to really build that lead for Exeter.
Dave Barber in the bonus on the left. First, Kris Winiarz. 24 through 2. 8 and a 10.
Woof. Interesting wood. We'll check that.
How can you ever say meow? You say woof.
I don't know. I'm a cat person, too. Oh, no.
Barber bounces 4 in the spare. 30 through 2. Spare 6, spare 4. Was it strike 6 or, yeah, spare 6, spare 4, right?
Spare 6, spare 4. That's right. All right. Winiarz has left wood. That's looking. The red line's looking at the 8-pin. A vertical piece where the cap's looking at the 8-pin. That, not sure how you get a deflection out of that. And the right piece of wood will take the 10.
I'm going tip right in that wood on the right. That's how I play it, but that's what
Which
I would
wood?
do. Wood on the right for Winiarz. Man, it's not going to be easy. Red line or right, that wood.
He's going left and center and knock at the 8-pin.
Can we set that up the other way it was before and try it the other way now, just for curious minds like mine?
Oh, it's like replacing a foul and a miss in snooker. No thanks.
Get the pinboy down there to set it up.
You get the camera, you get it on, you get the place objects just no. Pace of play just goes to crap after that.
Winiarz 9, Barber and 8. Kris 3-3-3. 3's a while. 33 through 3. Dave 38 through 3. Barber's team up 3 in the string. 43 in the match. Central 2 will not let them loose. Next up, 3 marks, 2 strikes and a spin. Nothing for Central 2. Kris with 3. Barber with 6.
For all my nitpicking of Barber spare fills, he has been getting them 10 marks. 9 spares on a strike, and he's on 341. He can pin that out. Or spare and go higher, but the wood rolled in front of the 10.
Winiarz, a rare 8, 41 through 4. Barber in the channel for a 9, 47 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Yeah.
Something for everyone. Semi-pro to pro action, close to 1,300 videos and climbing. Over almost 3,200 subscribers now, Greg. And climbing, free always. We're not Disney, ESPN Plus. We don't charge ever. Subscribe to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Tell your friends and family for great bowling content. Mark Hollywood Smith, 16 through 2, a bucket shot. Boisvert a strike, 30 plus 2. After a spare start. Flies over 5.
Oh, hello.
Make it 6. 3, 6, 10, the 9 behind the 3. Wood to help between. Smith spare. They need that one. He's saying, mark it down, mark it down, mark it down. 26 in the ball through 3. Justin Kochi, that one's for you.
Not so much the Hollywood smile, but he knows that was a good mark.
A wry smile.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me?
Wow, 9 to strike for Boisvert. Got robbed. 39 through 2. Solid start after a tough 2 strings.
Criminy, or whatever Boisvert wants to say in this situation.
Denied 3 in a row by a A millispec.
That was a load of manure. 9.
Still is for 9. Can smell it back here. 48 through 3.
That was me, sorry.
Oh, I know. I'll stand aside. Don't stand so close to me. The police song.
You're sitting, Paul.
For a change. I usually do stand up. Smith in the bonus. Beautiful ball. 9. 7 pin left up.
Big
35
count.
through 3. Down 2 marks to none. Boisvert, head pin hit. 4-7-10.
Both these anchor
Like
bowlers
the wood
4 for
behind.
4.
I like the wood behind. Smith spare. There he goes. Mark it down. There he goes. 45 and a ball through 4.
That felt better, he said.
We'll try to get Mark over here. I like the wood behind the 4-7 for Boisvert.
Well, it certainly is going to demolish the 4-7. What will deflect right? It's going to go left side of the wood.
Wow.
It would have made the 4-7 9. Now just wood in front of the 10.
Boisvert 10. Let's talk to Mark Hollywood Smith. Mark, what do you always say when you get a big mark?
Knock it down.
All right. Do we have to pay copyright? Do we have to pay royalty
I know we're
fees
getting
for you?
close, huh?
I know.
Everybody's doing it now.
I'm saying it too, you know.
Awesome. This is working out, ain't it?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Hey.
Paul.
Hey, you guys hung in tight. Ball strings fell short, but you really hang in with the guys.
Yeah, it's a tough house. I ain't bowled there for a while. He found my spot.
You're out of Stars and Strikes, South Paris, Spain, Russ Neely's house. You're in Neely's house.
Yeah.
You have to a good start in your league.
Yeah, it's a great stuff. 14 teams. We're doing pretty good.
All right.
Thanks, Paul.
Your wife does the Sunday Pro League there at Stars and Strikes also. Does a
Yeah,
great job.
she's actually bowling again.
Talk
So
about your daughter, Kaya. She's great. Great
she's
athlete.
varsity goalie. Yeah, she's loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she a better athlete than you?
Yes, she sure is.
All right, Mark.
Thank you.
Update from Greg Gouillart, top of the order.
Thanks very much. We saw it there. 3 pins up for Exeter. A tight match right here, although Exeter still has the lead, but not as much as they had before. Remember, Scott Douglas has a 20 box. Mark Smith now has back-to-back marks. At 19 and another for Smith. Boudreau's got 8. That technically means he does not need another mark for 400, but he would need running 10s. This mark would make it cozy.
55 through 4. Scott 59 through 4 after his fill with parallel time. John missed that chance. He's tickle pink about that, I'm sure.
Wonder if that wood on the right is a temptation. Oh, yeah.
Scott, good try.
Whirling Dervish nearly took it.
Jonathan missed the second, made the third for a 10, 65 at the half.
That's going to put Boudreau in a delightful mood.
I'm sure.
And that's 9 for Scott Douglas.
Nice half, 68.
Or again, I could just say Douglas. In fact, let me just...
And once again, Central 2 making a mini run, just down 12 right now. 1 mark for each side, a strike for Exeter, a spare for Central 2. Jonathan, great chance here at the 1-2. Not going to see him miss 2 in a row, generally.
No, your stream is not skipped, folks. Still the 1-2. That's only Scott's first head pin miss in this string.
Boudreau for a spare. This time he gets it.
There we go. That's going to make his road to 400 cozier if he can load it.
75 in the ball through 6 in the final string of the match. Finally, a smile on his face. Scott, 4-7-5 middle.
I hope one day I'll be good enough where I'm livid with a 75 and a ball through 6. That would be the dream.
These bowls are fun to watch. Scott and 9, 77 through 6. Lead is 13 for Exeter. They got 2 hits to 1. And without Jonathan Boudreau and Dave Barber in that first string, they would not won that first string. A low-scoring second string, 558 to 523. That's unusual. But it happens. It's bowling.
Ooh. Oh.
Eric 5 and the 10. Wood behind the 5.
That looks better than that. His third split.
John Alosa to Butwell's Bowling Center, Concord, New Hampshire. 1, 3, 10. All doing a little bit of a dance. Pelletier missed the mark.
I think the wood's turned enough for Alosa to connect the 3 and the 10. So in theory, you should have the 2-pinner in front.
For a spare. He missed number 1, not by much.
They were connected.
And that one is still breezing. A little bit of a shimmy on that one. 8 for Eric, 53 at the half. John Alosa, 10, 50 through 5. Exeter being tested all night long, up 11 in the string, 51 in the match.
That first string was still such a close one right there.
Eric, strike. 63 plus 2 through 6. Alosa, 3-1-1 split.
A decided fist bump for Pelletier's first strike.
That guy, dangerous ball. He just explodes in that pocket when he's on his game. Deadly. Oh, what a try. How about that one? Alosa picks it up for a spare.
A gem.
That's a spare, right? Yep.
Yeah,
16 ball through 6. What a shot.
Oh,
what a spare.
A gem, I said. Sorry.
A gem, not of a 10, a gem of a spare.
Web gem. Remember the days? John Alosa, second mark.
Shaun MacDonald, 4-4-4, 44 through 4. Jeff Surette on his first strike of the match, 35 plus 2.
I'm trying. The Framingham Mass Bowling Center, I'm forgetting the name of it. It was such a. I'm trying to remember the name of it, if anyone can help me out with that. I used to live in Framingham.
Surette trying to double it up. 9.
You're hit.
Wiggle the 9.
Okay.
Didn't want the beer. 3 in a row.
And that's a 9 drop that should have been a strike, MacDonald. Wood's still there. It's actually propping it up. Propping it up, if anything.
Surette going for a big 20. He has it.
Oh, yeah.
45 through 4. 55 in the ball through 5. MacDonald for a spare. No, get road blocked. Wow.
Cap sticking your tongue out at you. That Wood can be so mischievous.
And a tough time for a Paul Grant special. Missed the second. Making the third for a 10. 54 half. And Exeter back up to 21 in the string. 61 in the match, the biggest lead.
I finally got the chance to read the Florence Greenleaf book. Apparently back in the day you could actually have the wood removed just optionally, but that's not a thing anymore. It's just part of the challenge. That was like olden days rule.
Kind of like string machines.
Bill is 5 for Surette. MacDonald check mark.
55 through 5 for another one. Oh, wow. How many close calls tonight for him?
Sorry, that's 60 through 5, excuse me.
Yeah, that's all right. 60 through 5, okay, thank you.
15 bonus pins, minus 5, yeah. MacDonald just on the wrong pin.
Surette, 9, 69 through 6. Halfway point of the final string of the match. 8 for Shaun MacDonald, 62 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Oh, Metro West lanes in Framingham, of course. Everyone knows Fairway lanes in Natick, who's seen the Channel 5 show, of course.
2 marks for each side. Exeter up 27 in the string, 67 in the match. Looking good for total right now, but don't count Central 2 out. Fourth bowl is Dave Barber, 47. Kris Winiarz, 41 on the left. Through 4, not on marks. Kris.
This is interesting.
Down.
Interesting wood.
Dave, oh, what a try. Just missed the 7.
It's pretty when it doesn't go, too. Exeter still way out in front.
Anchor balls in the on-deck circle.
Winiarz can chip this. Those 2 pieces are not flat.
Wow.
And they don't work.
Unbelievable.
And it's an annoying piece of rolling deadwood that somebody's got to do something about. Barber 10 bucks.
57 through 5 for Dave. Pelletier doing some extra work. Takes his time.
Timeout Celtics, quips 1. We are in East Boston, why not? Good to see you all here. Even despite the stream malfunction at the junction, we got 96 people at the live right now. Great to have you all here.
Kris at 9. 50 half. They
9.
need some marks. Yep.
Take it, take it. That's with the deadwood. Doesn't matter.
Central 2 needs to get some marks. Down 28 all of a sudden. Match starting to get away from them. Still 2 marks aside. Dave Barber got a little bit of a break. 2-5 in the 7.
Yeah, that improved as it went.
National 11 strings in the Exeter mixed team tournament last Sunday on Candlepin Network. A 136 average and 141 for 9 strings. Pretty impressive.
Simply marvelous. But Josh Daly won again.
They're They had to come from behind to win it. They forced an overtime.
Great team.
There's a big spare for Winiarz. 16 the ball through 6. Barber and 9. Days at 66 through 6. Mark Hollywood Smith coming up. On the left, Chris Boisvert on the right. Mark Smith, Hollywood time, 45 the ball through 4. Chris Boisvert, 58 through 4. 3 hits to 2 for Central, down 27 in the string, 67 in the match.
Sean Baker, Amanda Carroll, Sonia Rossi, and Josh Daly, all the members of that team. I should give all due attribution.
Sonia Rossi was awesome. She had an 85 half. She was tremendous.
85? Wow.
3-6 right, 4 left for Boisvert. Smith spares 8 with the 3-6 spare chance.
Crumbling 8.
53 through 4.
Watch out for Smith, starting to have a good string here.
Boisvert, what a shot! Wow!
Whoa!
68 in the ball through 5. Smith right back on for another spare.
Holy smokes, anchors away, Boisvert and Smith.
63 in the ball through 5. The lead's down to 19 for Exeter. Once again, Central 2.
I could watch that Boisvert 3-on-1 conversion over and over.
Not giving up, down 19 in the string. 3 marks aside.
And Nico's already clipped it. Thank you, greatest social media manager we've ever had.
Thank you, Nico.
And only, but still greatest.
Boisvert comes back for the 2. 1-4-7-10. Wanted more. 74 half. Smith on the spare. 9. 7 pin for another one for 3 in a row. 72 half.
So already that's picked up 3. That's putting pressure on the Exeter Phils. Exeter is advantaged, but they've got to fill these 2 marks they have open.
Boisvert, nice shot. Oh, so close.
Good sticks, though.
Smith, spare, 3 in a row. 82 in the ball through 6. He's like, mark it down, mark it down, mark it down.
For the 4th straight time.
4 in a row, that's right. Boisvert 9. 83 through 6. Here comes Central 2. Only down 15. And they have the mark advantage, 3-2. Update from Greg Gouillart.
That's right. This now rates to be a single-digit match. I show 356 to 341, a 15-pin advantage for Exeter, minus an extra mark for Central 2. Look out for Jonathan Boudreau, 75 in the ball through 6. He is the closest, in fact, most likely to go 400 right now. Even if he had a 0 fill, he would still be able to pin out all 10s right now. So he requires, in other words, he requires a 115 for a 400.
I mean, Central 2 should have won that second string, only a 5-23. They had a chance to win that first, lost by 5, lost by 35, but no quit in this team.
They could have, yeah.
And they're only down 15 with an extra bonus ball in a sense.
I'll have more thoughts on that in a second.
Douglas, 8, 3 in the 10. Boudreau in the spare, 5. 80 through 6. Leads 20 right now.
So that's how many pins Boudreau needs to not lose on the next few boxes in order to go 400.
The twister, big spare. 87 of the ball through 7 in the final string. Jonathan, 2 full, 2 in the 4. Exeter trying to remain undefeated the first 2 weeks.
And look at all those marks open on Central 2 side. This may turn the match.
Jonathan 9, 89 through 7.
Only losing 1 pin. No 400s last week. Boudreau could have one in week 2. He can pin out 404.
4 spares to 1 strike in Central 2's favor. Pretty much a virtual tie in the string.
It looks like Exeter's holding total, but string is anything but a certainty.
Douglas on the bonus, 9, just
Whoa.
missed the 6 behind. Coming up big here, 96 through 7, strike! Jonathan Boudreau bombs away, baby! 99 plus 2 in the 8th.
That should virtually guarantee the 400 pending decent count.
Douglas missed it.
Ooh. Still, this should be a close match, but I think Exeter has the advantage at this point.
2 strikes for Exeter, 3 spares for Central 2. Scott wasn't there for a 9, 105 through 8. 51 pin lead the match, up 11 in the string. Central 2, again, battling desperately to get 2 points. They've hung around all night long. Exeter's not run away with it totally. 3 close strings. pulled away to win the second by 35. John Alosa on a spare. Eric Pelletier on a strike.
Good count.
Alosa 2 on the floor. 5 for Pelletier on the strike. First ball. Alosa 68 through 6.
And John Alosa can pin out 331. Only Scott Douglas is doing better.
Front of the spare. Missed it. He missed a couple of chances.
Actually, Smith has snuck up there with the 4 straight marks, excuse me, but only just.
Oh, what a shot for a spare.
And what a time.
On strike. 73 through 6. 83 in the ball through 7. Eric coming up big here in the third. Alosa for 9. 7's a wild. 7, 7, 7. 77 through 7. Exeter up 14. 2 marks each side. 54 in the match. Alosa off to the right, 6. Wood comes back, holds up. Pelletier, 7 more, 3, 6, 4 left. 90 through 7. Leads up to 21 for Exeter.
3 marks, Pelletier's already 20 over.
Alosa missed number 1, it's coming back. The wood is enough on it, no.
Too slow.
Couldn't find electric charging station, unavailable.
Pelletier almost made a cut there.
John at 10, 87 through 8. Eric at 10, 100 through 8. Can Exeter get to 16-0? Can Central 2 get 2 big points to get to 3 and 13?
And ruin Exeter's perfect start. Tarnish, lightly tarnish. Exeter still having a fantastic start.
21 pin lead for Exeter string, down 2 marks to 1.
Central 3 went 8-0 as well. Quelle surprise.
Central 1 was 8-0 last week. Central 3 was 6-2 last week.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's okay. MacDonald, good bid.
Stolen Valor, I was talking about the acquisitions of Tim Douglas and Matt Nichols too.
Surette, oh, good bid, close to the 5.
Yeah, pin toppled back this way, could have.
How many times did it come close by 1 pin?
Welcome to Central Park Lanes.
MacDonald an 8, 70 through 7. Surette a 9, gains a pin, 78 through 7.
And Boudreau, who knows these Central Park Lines confine better than anyone, despite wearing the Exeter Lanes shirt. These bowlers know a lot of these centers, but Boudreau, Central Park Lanes is a home center for him in reality.
Exeter up 22 in the string. MacDonald head pin hit, a 3-1 split, 4 left, 3-6, 10 right. Decent wood behind the 3-6. Surette in the pocket of diamond. MacDonald trying to kick it over. Oh, so close. What a ride. Wow. Surette, good try there. He's at the 8. Nothing wrong with that shot.
Well, Exeter likes the status quo right here, but these are head scratchers.
Once again, he falls by 1 pin short. MacDonald at 10, 80 through 8. Surette at 10, 88 through 8. 8's a wild, 8, 8, 8. 22 pin lead for Exeter, 62 in the match, the biggest lead.
By the way, as long as I'm stealing Valor from Central 1, how about Billy Shiner Sr., who was the one who had the biggest score of all that first week, 380, including a high of 137. Sorry, Kyle Bruce, I swear I listened to your Alley Chat update of Friday Night Pro League. Apparently some things are bouncing off my head anyway. Curses.
Kris Winiarz, 16 a ball. Would love a strike here for his team. He'll get 7 instead. 1, 4, 7. 67 through 6. Down to 15 in the string. Generous lead, just number 1 left up.
Where's it going?
Dave Barber trying to get a spare. Decent wood for Winiarz. 1, 4, 7. Just missed inside.
Just over curling it.
Barber takes advantage. Spare. 76 in the ball through 7. 2 marks to 1 for Exeter. Kris, a 9, 76 through 7.
16 pins. Exeter back to having the advantage here in all respects. On course for an 8-0. Still not over yet. Remember, Mark Smith is on a 4 straight marks.
Kris has a chance, 5 in the 8, but high piece of wood makes it tough sometimes. Dave Barber just 4 in the 5-1 split, 80 through 7. Lead is 20 in the string, 1 mark for each side.
Tough outcome for Barber. That low fill was not his fault at all.
Winiarz for a spare, just missed outside.
Unless you want to nitpick, usually a thin hit is what results in that 3-pin standing at all, but oh, Candlepin, fussy game you are.
Dave on the object, won't carry.
Oh, Candlepin, redux. This is hardly riveting poetry like Josh Riopel, but still.
Kris missed the second, made the third for a 10, 86 through 8. A 9 for Dave Barber, 89 through 8. Late in the final string, a 19-pin lead for Exeter. They've got a strike from Jonathan Boudreau, the leadoff bowler. Mark Hollywood-Smith right now on their only mark, a spare on lane 20. 82 in a ball through 6. Kris Boisvert, 83 through 6 on the left. Hollywood time for him, hopefully, just 3. 85 through 6. Down 16, down a strike. Not happy with that fill. Kris Boisvert having a fine string. Only 5.
Only 3 marks and he's 23 over.
Hollywood, nice shot, another spare.
Hello, 5 straight.
95 and a ball through 7.
Homeboy's got a Yahtzee.
Boisvert, great try. I hate when you put a 0 in your Yahtzee and you get a Yahtzee your next turn. I hate when you put a 0 in your Yahtzee, then the next time you're on, you get a Yahtzee.
Yeah.
I've done it so many times.
And then the other guy gets 2 Yahtzees in a row and you get 100 points because that's fair and balanced.
No.
Come on.
10. Boisvert 93 through 7. 1 mark for each side. Hollywood trying to rally his team for at least 2 points.
Bills of 9, 8, 9, and 3 for Smith, but that was just a blip, you would think.
Contemporary cut it to as low as 6 with a strike on spare. And a perfect shot, a 4-2 split. Unbelievable. Spare 3, spare 4. 99 through 7.
Interesting wood, though.
Down 12 minus a strike, plus a strike. Strike against them.
Smith has to aim for the 2-pin on this one.
This is somehow for 6 marks in a row. Won't get it.
Definitely would have wanted the left side of that, I would imagine. Well, maybe right side of the 2-pin could have taken the 2-4-7 from the outside.
Boisvert, oh, so close again.
Oh, well, he ripped 3 of them clean. You'd think the 4th would come along.
Mark Smith a 10, 109 through 8. Having a good string. May not be enough. Boisvert in the channel for 9, 102 through 8. Update from Greg Gouillart, the final 2 boxes of the match.
11 pins plus a Boudreau strike still open. That's the only mark anyone has up at the current moment. 11 pins, remember 2 points per string, 2 points for total. At the moment, if were the match to end at this point, it would be an Exeter 8-0. That lead is confirmed, and we have an 11-pin advantage in this string. Boudreau is now very cozy to go 400 pending decent count on this strike.
You had a 141st and a 145 was it?
Yeah.
No surprise. All right, final 2 boxes. Thanks for watching all night. The only mark of the board from Jonathan Boudreau. His team's up 11, plus his 2 big bonus balls.
And if he just goes spare strike here, he could go higher.
Candlepin bowling is sport for any age. Get the word out. It's unbelievable. Boudreau for double. Almost.
Whoa.
Scott Douglas having a good string. 105 through 8. Spread eagle. Bad timing.
Douglas still has only missed 1 head pin in this string. Had a rough run in the middle of the match, but now he's dialed in and is having a good one.
Boudreau right on. Oh, it's close. No good. Hit the wood first. Good integrity. 1 and down, don't call it. Did hit the wood first. The Bulls call it. Missed opportunity. 9 is the fill. 9 in the box. 108 through 8. 117 through 9.
I'm not going to lie and say the camera changes nothing, but the spirit of sportsmanship is in Candlepin is always there no matter what. And bowlers have that norm about not calling a foul if it's close.
Scott a 7, 112 through 9. The lead inches to 22 for Exeter. No marks on the board. 9 boxes to go in the final string. Exeter have 22 in the string. Match pretty much locked up now. Miracle Zone time for the total.
Yeah, that's it. If wood is hit in the corner and at the same time as the pin on the deck, that does count by rule. But of course, that pin was well in the channel.
Great integrity by Jonathan Boudreau. When in doubt, don't call it good. Some take it, some don't, but good integrity. 1-3-6. Douglas, 1-3-6, instant replay.
That ball did take Boudreau over 400, so congratulations.
Oh, just missed the head pin.
Actually, no, he had it a box ago, excuse me.
Douglas spare, big time shot in the 10th. 122 in the ball. Boudreau at 10, 127. What a night.
And let's just acknowledge Scott Douglas for one moment, who's been bowling alongside Jonathan Boudreau, is having a heck of a night. But Scott Douglas is on 368 and a ball with 2 strikes and 10 spares. He had that rut in the middle string, then poured it on with 1 strike and 3 spares, and he's lopsidedly Central 2's biggest contributor.
6 in the fill, nice string, 128 for Scott the Twister Douglas, the #1 seed in the upcoming Candlepin for Cancer Top 5 live show, September 28th, with myself, Greg Gouillart, and Mike Morin.
That's right. Scott Douglas 374, Jonathan Boudreau 412.
16-pin lead for Exeter in the string, 56 in the match, 8 boxes to go. Eric Pelletier, 100 through 8, 9. King is the 5. John Alosa, 87 through 8. He hits the head pin, splits 2 and 1, 2-4 in the 6 to the right. Pelletier for a spare, bang! 110 of the ball through 9.
His 4th mark of the string. That's going to slice over, and Alosa!
He needed that one.
The 2-4-6.
No quitting this team, 97 of the ball through 9. What a battle.
That's a heck of a match. Central 2 is still not out of this string.
1 spare for each side. Pelletier. Look at this shot, the diamond plus the 8 to the left. 115 through 9 in the 5 fill. Alosa, another tough break, 4.
That's matching fills all the same.
101 through 9. Pelletier trying to work it out right down the middle.
Is that still the Starlight 5? It's such a strange shape. Or the bucket or what have you.
Alosa, tough lead. Missed right.
Pin it out.
Eric, 8. Nice finish, 123. Smudge off.
You got it.
And a 7 for Alosa. 108, final string. Update for the 3 strings, Greg.
John Alosa, 331. Eric Pelletier, 318.
And for the lead-up bowlers, Jonathan Boudreau at a 4.
Yeah, 412.
That's what I thought.
That's the highlight. Scott Douglas, another highlight, 374.
All right, 6 boxes to go. Exeter has total pretty much wrapped up. They're up 18 in the 18 in the 3rd string here. No marks either side. Jeff Surette 88. Shaun MacDonald 80 through 8. 3 great strings.
Even the 8-0 matches are a ton of fun if it even ends that way.
Surette, another ridiculous split. 2-4-7-10. Shaun MacDonald. Slightly better odds. 1-2-4-7. Surette's got wood behind to possibly help. Transferring the messenger over. Oh, what a try! Slam the brakes. In front of the 10. Wow, what a shot.
Or maybe nudge slightly in front. Wild.
MacDonald flies around the 2-4-7. The emergency brake system hurt Surette that time. Big 10, 98. 98 through 9. MacDonald trying to match him. 2 for 9, 89 through 9. 5 boxes to go. It's a 19-pin lead for Exeter, looking for the sweep. Central 2 trying to get 2 points. 1-7 last week. Exeter 8-0 last week.
That 10-pin wilts on lane 19, so MacDonald has to re-rack.
Boy, how close has Jeff Surette been? He could have 400 himself the way he's thrown that ball. He's been so close on so many shots.
Yeah, 1 strike, 6 spares, but he is, let's see, 80% on head pins and ridiculous percent on splits.
Another one there.
And he knew, too. Again.
MacDonald, 1-3-10. Surette frustrated.
This is the wrong way pocket for Surette. left to right ball, it doesn't really want to aim at the 3-6, but
just missed inside. Again,
Yeah.
not by much. So close.
and he's carved out the wrong pin. Now he has to pin it out.
Big time spare for MacDonald, the 10th. 99 in the ball.
He maybe. Nah, he's just bantering. What a time for that spare. Exeter still leads, but MacDonald can slice into this.
Surette 8, 106 final string. Deserved a lot better, didn't he, Greg?
Yeah, and he may have been consulting on the last shot. Where do I put that third ball? Do I go for the aggressive out on the 3-pin and risk less, or do I just go for the 8?
MacDonald a strike to cut it to 7.
Filling in the 10th.
2 full, 6.
Where's it going?
105 final string. A bogus number by his standards. Leads down to 11.
That one was not close, but don't hit your button too early, kids.
4 boxes to go. No marks on the board. 5:47, 5:36. Exeter has the lead. Can Central 2 pull it off? Can Exeter hang on to stay undefeated? 3 terrific strings. Thanks for watching all night long. Share with your friends and family. Get your friends out to bowl this unbelievable great game of Candlepin bowling. Dave Barber, 1-4-7-9. Made some great shots all night. Kris Winiarz looking for a mark. Thin hit. Oh, 3-1-1 split. Barber just missed inside. Oh, just behind the 1 goes the wood. So close to taking it down.
That was interesting.
Edgy of seat thriller again. Winiarz just missed the object. Also so close. Dave, a 9. 98 through 9 in the fifth, in the third and final string. Used to 5-string matches in the ACST. 3 here in the Friday Night Pro League. Winiarz a 9 to match. 95 through 9. 3 boxes to go in this thrilling match.
Notice Winiarz takes a safety shot on that one. Planks right there in front of the single. Make sure you get your sticks. You never know.
Alexa will win the total, get at least 6 points. They're trying to get 8, up by 11. Dave Barber crossing over 9.
Twirly bird in front of the 5.
Winiarz could use a mark, crossing over, and look at this sleeve, ridiculous, unreal, unbelievable. Barber for spare, knocks it down. 108 in the ball, looking for the sweep. We'll probably talk to Kris Boisvert afterwards. If Exeter wins the string, it takes 8 points.
That Mike should be able to get out on the lanes, but whatever. And my camera is adjustable.
Winiarz made the best out of the situation. And stuck with the goalpost. Pick your favorite pin. A 9.
Dodges the wood in the channel.
104. Final string. 3-string total for Kris.
Kris Winiarz, 311.
Dave Barber, 108 in the ball. 12-pin lead. Plus this. Try and get in the 20s.
9 count will make this tough, even considering how Smith is going.
It'll be 5. 113 final string. 3-string total.
5 fill indeed. Then that will be a 346 for Dave Barber.
All right, so 17-pin lead, 2 boxes to go. Mark Hollywood Smith had 5 in a row last string, right?
That's right.
And he needs 2 here, big ones here.
He could. He's had 9 fill, 8 fill, and 9 fill. Yep. There you go.
5 marks in the string, is it?
Say again?
You had 5 marks in the string, was it, in a row?
Yep, Smith has 5 in a row.
Not right now, though. 2 boxes to go, no marks.
Boisvert started with a 20 box, recall, and has a spare later on.
3-2 split. Smith, that's not a good time for the half-wister. He's got to convert some out to avoid double strike territory. All quiet on the western front.
And this is makeable for Boisvert. How's a sleeper pin?
Missed everything. Got breeze in the 4, in the 6-pin rather. Just right giggling with him, giving grief and good fun. Smith, what a try. Needs a double in the 10th. But they battled all 3 strings, may fall short again.
Again, 8-0 doesn't do justice for how entertaining and how close this match has been frequently.
And Kris, a Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. 10, 112 through 9. Smith a 9, 118 through 9. 1 box to go. An 18-pin lead for Exeter. Hollywood must double strike.
Thanks so much to everyone who's spending your time for us. Nico is always a great help. Nightmare, I see you in chat. Trust me, you really appreciate all your support. And everyone watching out there. If you could like the video on your way out, if you are logged into YouTube, I hasten to add, it'd be a great help so that people can watch it later on demand.
Boisvert with a six-pack. Check his ID. Smith must double strike. Won't get it. And Exeter goes to 60-0 in the year. Central 2 drops to 1-15. And three tough loss strings. We'll talk to Kris Boisvert before we sign up. After Greg gives the totals and the scores. After the bowlers congratulate each other. Smith, a spare. A little too late. A great string, 128 in the ball.
Thank you also to the bowlers for the opportunity to cover your match. And thank you to Chuck Vozella, all the Vozellas, owners of Central Park Lanes, for
Kris,
all your support.
Sorry, Kris. Greg, 9. 121 for Kris Boisvert. Three-string total?
Kris Boisvert, 321. I forget if I called out Dave Barber 346. I think I did, but let's make sure.
Smith on the spare. Dominoes 9. Nice string. 137. They fall short at the end by 8 pins. The final score, Exeter 590 to 582, the three-string total from Greg Gouillart.
Mark Smith, 348 there. There you see the final scores. Exeter wins the last string by 8 pins. And get rid of that headset, Paul, and we'll get you untangled there. Oh, I've left an impossible situation. Here's the total for all of you on screen here. And there we go, that Jonathan Boudreau 412. Paul may never escape because I've left him a wire spaghetti from which he'll never recover. I'm going to unclip this mic and get that out there. Worst case scenario, we won't do it. We'll do it back here, I suppose, but hang on. And get that clipped. Yep, interview coming up. All right. There we go. I think this should go. Go ahead and clip that on there.
Jonathan Boudreau, star of the night, 412. He threw a great ball night, 140, 145, and a 127. 3 great strings. Boy, Central 2 had your heels all night long. How'd you guys, every time they got close, you guys had an answer?
Well, had enough to win, that's all.
Gotta grind them out, you know what I mean, Jonathan?
Got to grind them out, like my captain said. Yep.
Gotta be a grinder up there.
That's all, yeah. Had enough to win. It doesn't always go that way. Tonight it did, that's all.
8-0, 8-0, 16-0. Great start this season.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for, so.
For the bowlers, a lot of bowlers look up to you, Jonathan Boudreau. You're very tense, competitive, so awesome, so deadly. Advice for the young bowlers come up the ranks, especially the mental aspect of the game. How tough mentally does it help your game?
Focus. You have to focus. I mean, I'm looking at what's in front of me. That's all. I have 10 problems in front of me, and they're down there. So, I mean, you know, you have to focus on them, you know, and do the best you can. That's all. And a lot of guys get distracted by what's around them and pressing of the button and all that stuff, and that stuff doesn't bother me. Like I said, I have 10 problems in front of me, and I'm bowling for 4 other people too. So, you know, you have to worry about what's in front of you.
Jeff Surette, 80% or so in the head pin tonight, got a lot of tough breaks.
What's that?
Jeff Surette, about 80% head pin hit tonight, got robbed a lot tonight, a lot of splits.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, you know, I was fortunate. My ball was working, but, I mean, it could have easily gone the other way. I mean, Jeff was on the object pin all night long and had nothing to show for it. So, just part of the game.
Thanks, John. The 3-letter word for going 8-0 again.
Fun.
Kris Boisvert. You told me you'd talk to me if you won 8 points, so we're going to drag you here for 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Jeff Surette deserved like a 400 the way he's throwing that ball tonight.
Jeff? Yeah.
Punch City, over 80% head pin hit tonight.
Yeah, it makes up for last week. He struggled, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. 16 8 points, 16-0. That's really all.
And you won that first by 5. David at 132. Jonathan Boudreau at 140 to win that first game by 5.
We grinded it all the way through. We grinded, and you know what? We all just kind of pitch in, and it doesn't matter who's the star.
Does winning 3 tough strings like that help your game, your team's mental aspects? Does it help you guys? You want to win big, obviously, but when you win 3 close ones, second string got away at the end. But is it help your guys' game when you grind to win 3 strings?
It just, you know what? We've done this a million times. It's this is what we expect. You know, there's a lot of good teams in this league. This is what we expect. We're not expecting to walk out of here with, you know, a 100-pin lead after every string. So if we didn't have close games, we'd be disappointed.
A 3-letter word for going 8-0 for the second week in a row.
Ugly, but wow.
Okay. Thanks, Kris Boisvert. Thanks for watching this great game. An unbelievable game of Candlepin Bowling. Back to Greg Gouillart to wrap it up.
This is Greg Gouillart for Paul Grant and Candlepin Bowling Network. Thank you for watching this presentation of the Friday Night Pro League. And until next time, so long.